ESPN, followed by Yankees and Red Sox at 7, then Braves at Padres at 10 Eastern. Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey will miss a few weeks after a strained hamstring last night against the Texans. Browns wideout Odell Beckham Jr. is ready to play Sunday against the Bears. He's coming back from a torn ACL last year. ESPN's Keyshawn Johnson.
We want to see a one-hand catch. We want to see the blonde hair flying in the air. We want to see all those sort of things. But within the grand scheme of what we're doing on offense, let's not get away from our identity.
Keyshawn Johnson on KJ and Max. Steelers linebacker TJ Watt says there's a chance he'll play Sunday against the Bengals. Watt is recovering from a groin injury.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios. That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musso. And Mr. Toby Temple. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Football Friday. Y'all, Phil Steele in 15 minutes, picking the biggest games in college football. Jay Ducote later this hour. Theriot, hour 2. Picks in hour 3. Ton to get to, so let's cook. Of course, Wednesday, word started to spread about Derek Stingley. Ed Orgeron did, in fact, meet with the media after practice on Thursday, and he gave the update that many expected, but nonetheless were disappointed to hear.
He's questionable. He re-injured the same injury that he had in camp. So we got our doctors look at it. Very questionable for the game.
So Derek Stingley, very questionable for the game. I think it's fair to say at this point we'd all be surprised if Derek played. Go247 is reporting that it was a foot injury. Nothing else has been reported as of now, the nature or severity of the injury. But Derek Stingley, as Ed Orgeron said, very questionable. I think at this point it is safe to say we all expect Stingley will not play in this game and remains to be seen when he might return to the LSU football team this year. So Ed Orgeron was also asked naturally about what they do to replace Derek Stingley in this game.
Thank God we got Dwight back. I think Dwight is a good corner. Everybody's got to step up. We still have Jay Ward playing at safety who could always move the corner. And, we have to go with it like that. Cordell's our nickel. Dwight is going to be our corner. And we can always use Jay Ward at corner if we have to.
So remember, when you're playing a team like Mississippi State, typically in college football, your base is a nickel anyway. So, you're going to have 5 defensive backs. When they go dime, who's the next guy on the field? That's going to be the interesting question that LSU is going to have to answer this weekend. So, just when you think about it, you go, Elias Ricks essentially takes Stingley's spot. And then you'll have Dwight McGlothern taking Ricks's spot. Cordell Flott stays in his nickel spot. Then who is your dime back? That kind of remains to be seen. Do you put Darren Evans on the field? Do you put Radarius Jones on the field? Do you put a third safety out there? Where, you got Jay Ward who can play corner and safety. But if you have Jay Ward and Major Burns, do you add another safety out there? Do you put Jordan Tolles or Cam Lewis out there, Todd Harris, and then kick Jay Ward down to play that nickel? You got some options, but none of them are as good as having Derek Stingley and Elias Ricks on either side of the field. And, I'll remind you that Derek Stingley a year ago played in 7 games. He missed 3. If you recall, he fell ill the night before the opener against Mississippi State. So we learned during College game day, the day of the Mississippi State game last year, that Stingley was going to be unavailable. And, of course, that day, Mississippi State threw for 623 yards and scored 44 points. Not exclusively because Stingley, was absent, but certainly that didn't help. The other 2 games that Stingley missed a year ago were against Florida and Ole Miss. He played 7 in a row and then missed the last 2 against Florida and Ole Miss. Now, you won both of those games. But Florida Kyle Trask threw for 474 yards in that game. And they scored 34 points. Ole Miss put up 558 yards of total offense and scored 48 points. There is no reality where you are better without Derek Stingley. So this sucks. And Durante Jones, Corey Raymond, they're going to have to figure this out in a hurry with what their plan of attack is going to be, and everybody's going to have to step up a little bit here. So very likely you're going to play this game, as we know, without Derek Stingley. The other big question is, what do you do at left tackle? Ed Ogeron did give an update there, and he was asked, if they've made a decision yet.
Not yet. We're still going to look at it. We're going to look at practice. We're going to make a game day decision. Garrett Dellinger, Anthony Bradford, those 2 guys are fighting for it right now. Cam Wire practiced a little bit today. We're going to see how well he is on Saturday morning.
I would be very surprised if Cam Wire plays. He was not practicing at all on Tuesday. He moved around a little bit. You heard Ed say there on Thursday. But still, to be able to get out there in an SEC environment when you haven't practiced, and I would just be, I've told you that all week, I would be stunned if Cam Wire played this week. You never know. I mean, a guy could put pads on and try to give it a go, but I would be very surprised. So you heard Ed say there, very likely Garrett Dellinger or Anthony Bradford. So however it goes, if it's one of those 2 guys, you're going to have a new starter again at left tackle. But you got to do something different. And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, try someone else new out there, see how it goes. Ed was asked about Garrett Dellinger and his development so far, and I think they're optimistic about him.
I really love him. I think he's a natural right tackle or guard. Big, strong guy. Great young man. Never says a word. Great student. Very smart. I think he's going to be an excellent lineman there.
Yeah, I think Garrett Dellinger, Ed's right. I mean, I think next year, if Dellinger's your starting right tackle, and maybe you bring in Will Campbell, who's your day 1 starter at left tackle, it's a lot to ask for a freshman, but it's been done before. And when you have a 5-star sort of transcendent type talent, it can happen. I think you got 2 bookends that could be really good for years. That's exciting. You might have cured that by next year. But more than anything, man, you need someone that can be out there and be competent, get in a good set and have good technique and give Max Johnson time to throw. I mean, you don't have to be a brick wall out there, but you can't be a turnstile. See if either one of those guys can maybe fall somewhere in between. The other thing we're going to keep an eye on here throughout the show, and I'm going to be feverishly refreshing Twitter throughout the show today to see if and when we might get this news. Don Jackson, who's the attorney for John Emery, has said that the NCAA was hearing John Emery's case Thursday, and a decision was expected yesterday or today. So I can tell you that LSU feels confident on Emery and Bradford and feels confident on both for this game. But the NCAA, there is judge, jury, and executioner. There are no checks and balances with the NCAA. And oftentimes they don't rule based on precedent. They can really do whatever they want. So until you see and get the actual ruling, whatever it may be, you really don't know. But my contention is I think Mississippi State is going to score in this ballgame and score a lot. I think the issues that LSU had against UCLA will show up again against Mississippi State because you have a very elite play caller against an inexperienced defensive coordinator. Now you remove Stingley. You're on the road 11 a.m., lots of reasons. I think State's going to score. I think it's going to be that type of game where you're going to have to keep pace offensively or set the pace offensively. Can LSU do that? That's going to be the big question. We'll find out. But I would sure feel a lot better if you had every weapon at your disposal. And if that meant having John Emery and Trey Bradford, even in a limited role. I mean, is it plausible that you could throw a swing pass to John Emery, he makes a guy miss and houses one? Sure. I mean, you remember the Auburn game in 2018? I mean, when a 72-yard catch and run from a seldom used receiver is what got LSU back into that game and set up Cole Tracy for the walk-off. I mean, sometimes it just takes one play by a guy that has game-breaking potential, and maybe one of those guys could do it. So we will be watching throughout the show today, and hopefully we get some news before we go off air that we'll be able to share with you. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us. We're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Of course, T-Bob and I will be at Don Juan tomorrow after LSU Mississippi State for Whiskey and Wine. Feel free to come out and join us. They open up at 2 o'clock, so game should be ending around 2:30. You want to come join us for Whiskey and Wine, have a little cocktail, beer, cigar, come hang out while we talk some LSU Mississippi State. Me and T-Bob are home for Whiskey and Wine all year as Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center, title sponsor of our Friday shows all throughout the year. All right, we'll knock out a quick break. Come back. Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview joins us every Friday to preview the biggest games in college football. That's next. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. Think about that. We're always on time or you don't pay a dime. They value your time. They value your money. Schedule a time to be at your home. If they're late, you don't come out of pocket 1 cent. And they always save you money. Mention the Moscona special. If you need a repair, mention you heard it on the show. They'll save you $25 on any system repair. That's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001. Read the reviews. Read the Google reviews. Read the Facebook reviews. I strongly encourage you to do it. I read so many of them here on the show because third-party validation is very powerful. When your friends and neighbors continue to tell you how great of work they've done, it's validating. And I can tell you, last year, Erica and I had to have our Home Central AC, our HVAC system completely replaced. River City's 1 Hour Air did a magnificent job, and we were thrilled with it. And they had a financing option that we used with 0% interest for 12 months. River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I'm feeling good. So good. I just thought you should know.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
I'm Jay Ducote, I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Football Friday on AFR. We welcome aboard Phil Steele, of course. Phil Steele's college football preview. If you love college football, of course, you've gotten the magazine and have for years because it's the Bible if you're a college football fan. And Phil's with us here every Friday. How are you, Phil?
I am doing great, Matt. How about yourself today?
Doing really well. I think a lot of LSU fans are a little apprehensive about what might happen in Starkville tomorrow, but we'll get to that. We always preview the biggest game, so let's start with what is arguably the biggest game of the weekend. Up at Soldier Field, a little neutral site game with Notre Dame and Wisconsin. A lot on the line here, Phil, for an undefeated Notre Dame squad, but they find themselves about a touchdown underdog. What do you think?
Yeah, I was a little surprised at the number on this one, Matt, because being in Chicago, you figure the crowd at worst-case scenario is going to be split, maybe a slight edge to Notre Dame. I thought, okay, Wisconsin might be 2-3-point favorite tops, but 6.5 seems like an awful lot. Now, Wisconsin has been very impressive. If you've watched them, I mean, they had a 29-11 first down edge against Penn State, lost. They had a 26-3 first down edge against Eastern Michigan, only won by 27. So they have looked good. They've got Ches Maluzzi in the backfield, but it's a Notre Dame team that's been a big favorite in all three games and done what they had to do. They won their games. Now they're in the role of underdog. And speaking of underdog, how'd you like to be Jack Cohn, the quarterback in Notre Dame, who was told by Wisconsin that you're not good enough to be our starting quarterback, so he had to go to Notre Dame. He knows that Wisconsin defense inside and out. He practiced against them for years. So I think that this is an Irish team that's going to be motivated being an underdog for the first time this year. I'm a little surprised they're getting 6.5 points. I think the upset is possible in this one.
What about, speaking of upsets, a lot of people in SEC country are looking at what's going to happen in another neutral site game there in Jerry World in Arlington with Texas A&M and Arkansas. A&M's undefeated, Phil. They haven't looked impressive. Arkansas, flip side, has surprised a lot of people. In this part of the country, Phil, people are looking at this game going, okay, Arkansas, are you for real? In A&M, are you a contender? So what do we find out about these two teams Saturday in Arlington?
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. I've been very impressed with Arkansas this year. That Texas game was just dominant, where they ran the ball for 333 yards and held Texas to 138 rushing football. And KJ Jefferson, for a first-time starting quarterback, has looked phenomenal as well. Now, A&M, as you touched on, when they lost Haynes King against Colorado, Zach Calzada struggled the first 2 quarters he was in there. He did lead 2 touchdown drives in the fourth quarter. Only one of them counted because he fumbled in the end zone for a touchback. And then they looked a little bit better against New Mexico. I think we'll continue to see them show improvement. And they've got the best running back core in the country with Isaiah Spiller and Devon Achane. I do think that if you watch last year's game between these two, A&M led that thing 42-17 in the fourth quarter. Arkansas got a couple of late touchdowns. One that hurt me with about 36 seconds left in the game, if you get my drift. But I think A&M had a large edge over them last year, and they still have that edge. So it's a neutral site field. I feel A&M is a legitimate contender this year for the title. So I'm going to go with A&M and lay the 5. The price is cheap compared to where it was last year.
Phil, NC State and Clemson is interesting. That'll be on the same time, 2:30 Central Time, as that Texas A&M Arkansas game. But there's always a game every year, seemingly, where Clemson gets that scare. And a few times that's been NC State. This one's in Raleigh. Clemson on the road. Are the Clemson Tigers on upset alert tomorrow?
Well, I think the big news for Clemson is that everybody's thinking they can't score, they can't move the football, and they should be on upset alert. So I think that's a good thing for Clemson, that they're going to give one. This is like if you look at the rest of their schedule, Matt, they're going to be favored in every other game they play this year by larger margins than this. This is their toughest test. So I think we're going to see the A-plus game come out for Clemson. They're going to be definitely challenged for this one. Now, keep in mind, their defense has not allowed a touchdown all year. And NC State, when they traveled on the road to face Mississippi State, they were down 24-3. I think they scored a touchdown with about 2 minutes to go. So their offense is stoppable. I think Clemson will slow them down, not allow a touchdown, or hold them probably to 10 points or less. That means Clemson, in this one, they're only a 10-point favorite. When's the last time Clemson's only been a 10-point favorite in an ACC game? So I think there's a lot of value on the Clemson side this week. I think DJ Uiagalelei will play better. I think you'll see them actually have more success than you would expect. And I like Clemson in a lower scoring game, but I think they cover the 10-point spread and get the win.
He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com. That's STEELE, PhilSteele.com. Back in the SEC, not too long ago, Phil, this was the game in the SEC that everyone wanted to watch. Now you're looking at almost a 3-touchdown spread with Tennessee visiting the Swamp. Vols have only won, is this right, Phil? Have the Vols only won 5 times ever in the Swamp? Florida, an emotional loss a week ago against Alabama. Seems like maybe a letdown spot. Could Tennessee surprise some people this weekend down in Gainesville?
Well, we got a guy in the office that's a big Tennessee fan, and he has no hope for this one coming in. He says that Florida beats our ass every year, 15-1 the last 16 times that these two teams have played. And it does look like a prime letdown spot for Florida. But I got to tell you, man, I was very impressed with what I saw from Florida last week. Outgaining Alabama 439 to 324, outrushing them 258 to 91. This is a very talented team. They're at home, and I think they may get a little boost from that game. I remember 2 weeks ago, BYU played Utah, and BYU wasn't expected to win, always lose the game, but they won the game, and all of a sudden they started getting that belief, and then they upset Arizona State again the next week, even though they were off a big win over their rival. So I think the fact they're at home will have them actually a little bit more excited. Now they feel they're in the national championship picture. So I still have to go with the Gators since they've dominated this series so much.
Phil, we'll get to the LSU Mississippi State game as we wrap up, but let me ask one more SEC game, and that's Kentucky on the road against South Carolina. And you can tell me, Phil, my theme this week is a lot of psychology. I'm looking for trap spots, and I'm curious your thought here because Kentucky could be in a little bit of a peek ahead spot with Florida going to Lexington next week. And now they got to go to little old South Carolina. And you know Williams-Brice is always rocking. That's a short line as well there. Kentucky a 5-point favorite on the road in Columbia. What do we think about Wildcats at Gamecocks?
Yeah, I think South Carolina is dangerous. When I talked to Coach Shane Beamer going over the team with him, he liked the talent he inherited. And Luke Doty's back at the quarterback spot. So that is going to be a tough environment for Kentucky to go into. But I think what's going to prevent the look ahead would be what happened last week. Last week, Kentucky had a scrape just to get past Chattanooga, 28-23, and did so unimpressively. They struggled to run the football. They passed the ball okay, but I think they were just pretty much working on their pass game last week. I think we'll see them run the football more than they did last week, and Georgia was able to run the ball in South Carolina. So I still think Kentucky's program is probably a year or two ahead of where South Carolina is right now. And I think they'll be able to go on the road and handle it. I'm interested in that Kentucky-Florida game next week. I think that's going to be a pretty good one.
I agree wholeheartedly. We're getting right into the meat of the schedule. October is always a ton of fun. October is my favorite month of the year, Phil. You got college football in full swing, the NFL. Of course, you got Major League Baseball playoffs. October is a blast. I'm going to get to LSU and Mississippi State in just a second. First, though, Phil, I want to ask you about the Phil Steele Plus Tour on YouTube. Of course, fill people in on what that is and what exactly they get when you drop your Phil Steele Plus Tour every Friday morning.
Well, I appreciate that, Matt. If you go to philsteele.com, just click down and go click on the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections. Over the last 2 weeks, it's gone 12-6, but it's not necessarily about the selections, although they've been doing pretty good. It's about learning how to use the Phil Steele site to its fullest, and I give you a complete reasoning on each game. You'll see, and hopefully I convince you to like the game just like I like it. Last week we had 2 tough losses. We had Army was minus 34.5. They were up 42-0 at the half, gave up a touchdown in the final minute. South Florida didn't cover by a half point, but still 12-6 over the last 2 weeks, including those 2 losses. So check it out. It's well worth your time. You learn a little bit about handicapping and learn about how to use the Phil Steele Plus site.
Phil, give us a game on the Phil Steele Plus Tour, just as a little teaser for people who haven't checked it out yet. Give us a game that you like this weekend, one of the free plays you gave out.
Let's take a look at the BYU South Florida matchup and what we've seen out of South Florida so far this year. is a team that has struggled against the better competition that they've played. In the opening game of the season, they got waxed by NC State 45-0. The Florida game, while they only lost 42-20 and covered, at the half they were down 35-3. And this is a BYU team that now continues to build confidence. Remember last year, if you followed BYU last season, they were a team that just got better and better. They blew teams out. They beat Navy 55-3. They beat Troy 48-7. They beat Louisiana Tech by 31. They beat Texas State by 38. They beat Western Kentucky by 31. They beat Boise State on the road by 34. They beat North Alabama by 50. And here they're only laying 23 points. And they've got the run game. When I talked to Coach Scott in the offseason, going over his team with them, his concern was the defensive front seven. They're giving up 7 yards per carry. And if BYU can establish a run after knocking off 3 Pac-12 teams, I think they do what they did last year against the non-Power 5 teams, and that is blow them out. I think the price is cheap at BYU minus 23.
Phil Steele on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and get the Phil Steele Plus Tour. That BYU pick is one of 7 free selections right now, but as Phil explained, you get the full explanation of how you use Phil Steele Plus. Make sure you check that out every Friday. Go subscribe right now. Okay, Phil, I've put it off long enough. It was embarrassing in Tiger Stadium last year. KJ Costello threw for 623 yards. It's a number, unfortunately, LSU fans will probably remember forever. Now they go to Starkville, sleepy 11 a.m. kickoff. LSU just a 2.5-point favorite, Phil. Defensively, are the Tigers actually going to be able to slow down the Mississippi State offense this year?
Yes. And I think the perfect thing behind that is they're not going to play man defense stubbornly the entire game against Mississippi State until they give up the last yard of those 623 yards. Now, Mississippi State's dangerous here for 2 reasons. First of all, I was watching the Mississippi State-NC State game. Tell you what, those cowbells, that crowd, it is a super loud place to play. And last week, they're off a misleading final. I mean, they had a 468 to 246-yard edge against Memphis, 26-12 first down edge. They gave up a fumble return for a touchdown, and then a very questionable punt return for a touchdown where it looked like the referee was blowing a play dead, or else they win that game. So now they're back at home. They're excited, but I tell you what, if there's one game LSU probably had circled all year, it has to be this one. After the embarrassment they had on defense, they've got the players in the secondary to be able to slow down this Mississippi State offense. Now they can play more zone, mix it in there, still play some man, but I think you'll see a lot more zone this week. And I think LSU will be able to handle the cowbells. They've been there before, been there, done that. Orgeron actually does pretty well as an away favorite. So I like LSU to go on the road and get this win this week and get the revenge for that very embarrassing game last year.
Boy, this team needs it in a big way with the start of 5 straight conference games for their open date on October the 30th. He is Phil Steele. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com. You can order your Phil Steele magazine there, or you can pick it up Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, PhilSteele.com, PhilSteele.com. Phil, you're the best. We appreciate you as always. Enjoy your college football weekend.
Sounds great, Matt. Always enjoy the conversations, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You do the very same. That is Phil Steele. This is AFR, brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Michelli is going to be one of our sponsors tomorrow for Whiskey and Wine as well. Love telling you about Michelli Weighing and Measurement because there are practical purposes for what Michelli does that we see all over in our daily lives. If you weigh or measure something in whatever industry you're in, Michelli sells, services, or rents the equipment you use to weigh and measure. Michelli.com to learn more. ISO 17025 accreditation is available. You can request a quote online at Michelli.com if it's aerospace or agriculture, if it's lab work, the chemical and petrochemical industries, transportation, manufacturing, energy, food and beverage. Michelli.com. Michelli.com. Remember, Michelli Weighing and Measurement. We show the world what measurement can do. That's Michelli.com. All right, glad to have you hanging out with us here. We appreciate Phil Steele for a couple of minutes, as always, on our Football Fridays to talk about the biggest games. Phil's just the best, man. If you're not subscribed up to the Phil Steele Plus, you should. If you're betting on games, I mean, you get the handicapper's view on every single game and all the information there. So you want winning weekends, that's a great way to go about doing it. We appreciate Phil. All right, Jay Ducote in studio for our Football Friday tailgate segment of the week coming up in about 15 minutes. Theriot, 30 minutes from right now. Quick break. We'll go around the SEC. And the Saints injury report is out. So we know now who will be out for this week and who's got a chance of playing. We'll get to that next. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org. Remember, they got their express care locations all over the Baton Rouge area as well, including on either border of campus. So if you're just through the South Gates on Highland Road, they have an express care location there. And on Nicholson, directly across from Tiger Stadium. So if you're interested in learning more about the COVID vaccine or scheduling your COVID vaccine, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. Schedule your COVID vaccine there. Or look, we're getting toward cold and flu season. Even if it's not COVID, if you have the sniffles or you need to see a doctor and you don't have time to get in, you need something to your doctor, if you need something quickly, express care locations are a great way to do that. The Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. Baton Rouge General Hospital is part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. That means your physician here has access to specialists and award-winning research of the Mayo Clinic at no extra cost to you. Expanding healthcare in Baton Rouge, brgeneral.org.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
We're resilient, we had, a lot of guys in the building and with us in OTAs, which, kind of showed the type of team that we wanted to be. But then we went to Spartanburg. We had a great training camp, a hard training camp down there in the heat. And it kind of showed what kind of team we were when we, practiced against Baltimore and Indy. We always knew what kind of team we had. It was just about going out there on game day and executing, and we've been doing a good job so far. We just got to keep taking it one week at a time.
Sam Darnold, Panthers winners on Thursday Night Football. They beat the Texans 24-9 in Houston. So Carolina moves to 3-0, but it was a costly win. Christian McCaffrey injured his hamstring. He is out indefinitely. And then first-round draft pick J.C. Horn, Matt Rule confirmed broken bones in his foot. So also an indefinite amount of time that J.C. Horn will be out. But Carolina moves to 3-0. I'm not sure what to make of Carolina defensively. They're obviously very impressive, but they played the Jets with a rookie quarterback making his debut. They played a very shorthanded Saints team, and then they played the Texans, who might be the worst team in the NFL. They're at least going to be on the short list, along with Detroit and probably Jacksonville, for worst teams in the NFL this year. So, yes, you're 3-0, and it's the NFL, and it's hard to win no matter what, but I still am going to need to see more from Carolina to think them as a contender. Speaking of injuries, the Saints have actually gotten some good news. I'm going to give you a full preview and prediction for the Saints in hour number 3, as will I with LSU. But Saints injury report is out, and it's relatively fantastic news compared to the news we got a week ago today with the injury report. We learned you're going to be missing essentially 5 starters who played against Green Bay in week 1 that were going to be out week 2. The only player that's out for this game is Eric McCoy, which I think we knew was very likely the reality. So Eric McCoy has already officially been ruled out for the game. So Cesar Ruiz will start again at center. But the good news is that C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a full participant, as was Marshawn Lattimore. Calvin Throckmorton was limited. Pete Werner was a full participant. P.J. Williams was a full participant. Tano Passanio, full participant. Peyton Turner was limited, as he has been all week. So, essentially, you're going to get everybody back this week except Eric McCoy. Now, Davenport and Quan are on IR, so they're out for at least 3 weeks. We know that much. But you're going to have C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. You're going to have Marshawn Lattimore back. Pete Werner, we're likely going to get to see run around there and make his debut, which gives you at least another option to Zach Bond. P.J. Williams is going to be out there in his dime role. Tano Passanio is a full participant. That's going to give you another option, a long option coming off the edge, especially with Davenport out. You're just closer to whole. And I feel much better right now. I mean, obviously, I was leaning Carolina last week, and then when we saw the injury report on Friday and everybody that was out, it was just, that's why I picked Carolina. The margin in the NFL, as we said last week, is so small. You cannot lose 5 starters in a week and 8 coaches and expect to win on the road. So the Saints they've got their coaches back. They're getting healthier. So I'll give you a full preview and a prediction in hour number 3. But here's hoping the Saints go on the road in New England and get it done this week. Get back above 500. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're with us. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com. Shop them online. If it's on the lot, it's online. Pictures of the vehicle. Work out financing as well. And then just go test drive and buy at South Point Volkswagen. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer is South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland or southpointvw.com. I drive an Atlas. Erica drives an Atlas. Before the Atlas, I drove the CC. Now they've got the Arteon, which is a sporty sedan. It's gorgeous. We've driven Passats. Like, we're a Volkswagen family. I'm highly encouraged. 9 different IIHS top safety picks. The style, the feel, the performance of luxury, the great German engineering without the cost. It's South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Tennessee Volunteers.
Quarterback Joe Milton still nursing an injury. Josh Heupel said no update on the quarterback regarding his status for this week. Did not play week 3 after being injured against Pitt in week 2. Milton suffered that lower body injury in the first half against the Panthers. He was replaced by Virginia Tech transfer Hendon Hooker. Heupel also said, though, he anticipates starting center Cooper Mays returning after his 2-game absence. It's Tennessee at Florida for a 6 o'clock Central kick from the Swamp. Tennessee seeking its first win against Florida since 2016.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
Carolina is going to be down one of its receivers as the Gamecocks prepare to take on Kentucky at Williams-Brice Stadium. According to Shane Beamer, the team will be without Xavier Leggett Junior was involved in a traffic accident that left him injured. Should be back soon, according to Beamer, but won't play this weekend. Leggett's a sophomore, played in 6 games a season ago, appeared in all but 1 game as a freshman. Kickoff from Columbia, 6 o'clock Central on ESPN2.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Nick Saban and Alabama are approaching another piece of history. They've not lost a game, obviously, since before the ongoing pandemic started. They're 3-0 this year. And if Bama's able to beat Southern Miss on Saturday, that would make 100 consecutive wins against unranked opponents. The next 3 longest streaks, Clemson at 36, Notre Dame at 35, and Cincinnati at 24. So basically, Bama has won more games against unranked opponents than all 3 of those combined.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia has landed a commitment from 4-star offensive tackle Bo Hughley, 6'7", 290. He's a member of the class of 2023, ranked the number 72 overall prospect, the number 6 offensive tackle, committed to Georgia over Florida State, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Miami, Central Florida, Auburn, Georgia Tech, and others. He's the 5th commitment for Georgia's class of 2023. There you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products, online at gcopnet.com. gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Face-to-face sales, service after the sale. That's what you get at Gulf Coast Office Products. Check them out. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, North Shore, and Lafayette. It's Gulf Coast Office Products. It's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here on a Football Friday edition of AFR. Theriot next hour. Ton that we're going to get to. A pick segment as well. And hopefully, again, I keep hitting refresh. I keep hitting refresh on Twitter, hoping that at some point today, we do in fact get word from the NCAA that on John Emery and Trey Bradford, as LSU is awaiting word on those 2 players. According to Emery's attorney, Don Jackson, Emery's case was heard by the NCAA yesterday, and we're anticipating a decision either yesterday or today. So fingers crossed, knock on wood. Here's hoping LSU can get Emery available for tomorrow's game against Mississippi State. That happens while we're on air. We'll certainly let you know. All right, it's after further review. It's a Football Friday. Our tailgate segment with celebrity chef Jay Ducote is next. Stick around.
AFR.
Man, I love taking 60 seconds to remind you about Hancock Whitney Bank, because Hancock Whitney is my bank. I've banked with Hancock Whitney for years, and I encourage you to, because they're my bank. And Hancock Whitney Bank has been a staple along the Gulf South for 120 years. HancockWhitney.com to find the financial center near you. Certainly you could bank online. And listen, at Hancock Whitney Bank, their mantra is your dreams, our mission. That's been their mantra for 120 years. If it's starting a business, if it's saving to send your kids to college, maybe it's that second honeymoon, or you want to buy a home, Hancock Whitney Bank wants to make your dreams their mission. And maybe it's a time like this where we're recovering from either a pandemic or a devastating storm. Hancock Whitney Bank has been through all of it with us here along the Gulf Coast, and they'll be here through Ida as well. HancockWhitney.com, or stop by a financial center today. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans and accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner. Fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Fridays tailgate recipe of the week with celebrity chef Jay Ducote
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I really learned how to cook tailgating for LSU football.
of BytonBooze.com.
There's whole pigs cooking in Cajun microwaves and big cast iron pots of gumbo and jambalaya and red beans and rice and these amazing South Louisiana dishes. That's how I learned how to cook.
This has become my favorite segment of the week. Glad to have Jay Ducote back in studio. We got Skip and Coben from Chris's Specialty Foods in studio with us as well. Gentlemen, how's everybody doing?
All good, man.
Good. Yeah, everybody's good?
Doing great, Matt. I'm excited to devour some of this tailgate platter right here because I'm hungry.
That is incredible. So in conjunction with Chris's today, we got a tailgate platter. Skip, Coben, Coben, start with you. Tell me what you have there.
All right, today I fried some chicken and pork crackling on the side.
So super healthy today, right? That's what we're doing. We're going super healthy.
And then I brought some smoked boudin, some brisket sausage, and some jalapeno cheddar sausage. And then as the main dish, I threw in some ribeye sliders, braised with some barbecue and butter sauce. Pretty good.
All right, so a ribeye slider, is that actually steak meat?
So it's a half and half. So when we cut steaks, all of our ribeye and filet trimming, we grind that in with some with ground meat and inside around, and it becomes a great mixture and perfect fat of a burger.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'm going to need one of those.
Oh my God, that's freaking amazing. Skip, so tell me this time of year right now, obviously tailgating, are these platters like primarily what people do on game days?
Yeah, there's so many different options of platters. We just mainly have two sizes. You can get a small one for $39.99 or a large one for $49.99. But you can have crackling, the whole platter of crackling, the whole platter of sliders, sausages. Really,
that's what Jay wants.
Whatever combination you want to come up with,
all crackling.
We can pretty much accommodate you for.
Jay, so when we get to this time of year, right? I mean, the weather has been awesome, right?
It's fall. It's great.
I kind of want to knock on Formica because I'm like, it's always going to get hot.
It's going to get hot.
Do you remember
it's already hot again.
Do you remember the Auburn game in 2017, the DJ Chark game?
Okay.
Right? Like it was the 10-year anniversary of the 07 championship team, and it was like mid-October, hottest freaking day in the world. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, mid-October. But so I'm just going to enjoy this, but understand it's probably going to get hot again. Yep. So as seasonally we start to change, what do you start to think of, or what do you start to see people do more around this time of year?
Well, so the instinct is that cold snap, people start cooking gumbos, and I'm sure you guys have been selling a whole lot more sausage and chicken and things like that for gumbos. To me, like I'm not breaking out the gumbos for the home game until the high is more like in the 50s or 60s, not the low in the 50s.
Okay.
It's still too hot for that. Now, if you want to make a gumbo, you can make gumbo all year long. I applaud people that were making hurricane gumbos a couple weeks ago. But really, I think...
Better cook everything before it goes bad in the fridge, man.
I think this game is like the perfect time to break out the grills in the backyard again. Sausage, boudin, sliders, these kind of things. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff. So what you're doing at home tomorrow... with the game being in Starkville, really, I think is this kind of food from Chris Specialty Foods, and it's the perfect kind of foods to throw on the grill. And then if you wanted to, swing by there and pick up some steaks and stuff like that too. I mean, you're basically eating lunch at halftime.
Yeah,
so
true. Millerville, Airline in Prairieville, and then the Lakeview location,
West End and
Lakeview in New Orleans, where you can find all the Chris's. If someone wanted to try to make a platter of their own, like with your stuff, they come into Chris. What do you do? Like you buy a pack of boudin, you buy a pack of different types of sausage. Like, what if someone wanted to try to do their own cracklins or whatever, or these sliders? Like, could they do that? Come into Chris's, buy the stuff and do it themselves?
Oh yeah, 100%. I have people come in there, like for board meetings or social events, and they'll be like, "I want to throw something together, but I'm not sure." So, like, I've done some brisket platters, some jalapeno poppers. Anything in the store, we can make it look nice for you for a platter.
Dude, it looks incredible, man. All right, Jay, you also brought the spirits.
Yeah.
You didn't bring enough to share with everybody. But
Well, Chuck P., my boy down in Talk 107.3, had this beer from Gilla Brewing Company out in Gonzales, Louisiana. This is the Bellissimo. It's their Italian Pilsner.
Okay.
So,
what's an Italian Pilsner?
So,
guys, do you mind if I take a sip of beer?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel bad. You know, Coben and Skipper here. We don't have enough for them, but I'm gonna take a sip. So,
so it's just going to be an Italian.
I'm learning beer.
An Italian style Pilsner.
Nice.
A Pilsner is going to be a lager. Traditionally, you would see like a German Pilsner, just a classic, crispy, light, refreshing, drinkable beer.
Yeah, super light and easy to drink.
You're going to get some different hops, some different grain bills in there. I honestly don't know exactly what makes it Italian, other than I would imagine it's kind of the hop varieties that they use.
I'm drinking it. Hey, it's Italian. It's a Pils. That's what it is. That is really good. So there's a lot of really good. We've talked about that a lot. There's a lot of good craft breweries in the area.
Some great craft brewers out there, and especially in the greater Baton Rouge area, but all over Louisiana. It's really popping right now.
I always ask for a pairing. So if someone's going to do a platter like this, let's say they're going to do the sliders or the crackling or whatever, what would be a good pairing for a weekend like this? I think last week you told us about like Oktoberfest are kind of popping now,
yep.
that sort of thing.
Still the season for Oktoberfest, and I think a good smoked meat platter like this pairs well with that more amber style beer. So whether it's an amber ale or amber lager, the Oktoberfest style beers certainly still work right now. I think this Italian Pilsner would pair really well with those chicken cracklins over there, and I'm going to put that to the test in just a second because I got my eye on those.
Skip, you have are you a beer guy?
I'm not.
You're not a craft guy? Coben, you craft beer guy?
Not really.
So do y'all have like spirits that you enjoy that when you're doing something like this you'd enjoy on a given day or game day?
Well,
whiskey.
Not
whiskey.
I'm not a drinker at all.
So. Well, I am, and Jay is as well. So actually, I rescind my apology for him not having enough beer for all of us then, because it's all good. All right, we got a couple of minutes. Let's talk game. Jay, you'll go last.
Okay,
Skip, give me a
fair.
thought, man. Give me a thought on the game.
I know State last week threw 70-something passes.
That's Mike Leach, bro.
So
what do you expect?
So we gotta make sure we're ready for that. But I think it'll be. I think last year there's still players may talk about that. There's not a revenge factor, but they know what happened last year.
Yeah,
and I think they'll be ready.
I hope so, man. What you think, Coben?
I think
you're grinning over there like you like. I think you kind of feel how I feel about this, judging by it. Go ahead.
I think it's going to be a very close game.
I agree.
LSU's defensive line, man, they get after the ball. They get after the quarterback. I think LSU wins it by a field goal late.
All right. Hey, you know what? If it does come down to a field goal, you have Cade York. I mean, he's doing Velveeta commercials.
Velveeta.
Like, you know what I mean? You got that dude. If it comes down to a kick, I feel right. You feel confident if it does come down to a kick. All right, Jay, what you got?
38-31 Tigers.
Why?
Little high scoring game.
I agree with you.
Put some points up. What's the over under at?
It's like 55.
Yeah, I'm going the over.
I think Yeah,
Going the over.
I think the source passed the
Yeah.
past the
Yeah.
total.
I might actually put money down on that. I don't usually bet on, especially LSU football. Anyway,
Oh,
I don't bet on any
dude,
sports.
it's so hard to trust yourself. Like
yeah.
you try to be so down the middle as you can, especially if you're going to wager. I just don't trust myself wagering when it comes to LSU or the Saints. I
11
never do it.
a.m.
11 a.m. sucks. There's no doubt.
Yeah, that's why we're going to give up 31.
6 o'clock wake up call? Is that what they get?
Probably thereabouts.
It's so early.
Chris's Specialty Foods, chrisspecialtyfoods.com, back-to-back S's, chrisspecialtyfoods.com. You can get gift cards delivered, the menu there, it's all there. Guys, appreciate y'all for coming in. Thanks so much. Great to see y'all again.
Thank y'all.
Cheers.
Enjoy your football Saturday. All right, it is after further review. Jay's got to bounce to go do his showdown on Talk 107.3 FM. Terrio is in studio next. Don't y'all move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Putting a button on hour number one. Remind you about GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com, changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans, and, of course, now disaster assistance as well. GMFS Mortgage. If you had damage from Ida to your home, to your business, and you need disaster relief assistance, gmfsmortgage.com. Find a local loan officer near you. GMFS Mortgage is our state's largest local lender. They've been serving Louisiana for 22 years, since 1999. More than $17 billion in loans closed. I could keep throwing out lots of statistics, but you get the idea. They're a giant company. They're local, and they're awesome. They help a ton of people. When Eric and I bought our home, our first home, we financed with GMFS. We bought our second home, we financed with GMFS. We refied earlier this year. Lower your monthly mortgage payment, shorten the life of your loan, change your life financially, and let GMFS Mortgage help. GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hand injury lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. First of a doubleheader at Wrigley Field in Chicago today. The Cardinals beat the Cubs 8-5, their 13th win in a row. Paul Goldschmidt hit a 2-run home run, his 30th of the season. College football tomorrow. 12th-ranked Notre Dame and number 18 Wisconsin will tee it up at Soldier Field in Chicago. The Badgers already have a loss. ESPN's Desmond Howard.
They need a big signature win. Obviously, it's a neutral site game, but still, on the road per se for them. I think they need, obviously, Notre Dame, they're undefeated, but they haven't looked great.
Desmond Howard on KJ and Max. The NFL is reinstating wideout Josh Gordon. He's been on indefinite suspension for almost 2 years for violations of the substance abuse and performance-enhancing substance policies. Browns wideout Odell Beckham Jr. will make his season debut on Sunday against the Bears. Beckham is coming back from a torn left ACL. 4 Ravens defensive players go on the COVID-19 list today, including linebacker Justin Houston.
Sign up with DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, and use code CJR to get a free shot at millions of dollars in prizes up for grabs this week with your first deposit. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode. Baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. Okay, you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Paul in it.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. Glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Yeah, Brett.
Yeah,
how are you, dude?
I'm good. How are you?
Feeling all right over there?
Good. Making it.
We're going to make it?
Oh, yeah. We got it.
If you need to spew.
I think I'm past that.
Spew into this. Wayne's World. Remember Wayne's World?
I love Wayne's World.
He takes the little cone-shaped paper cone cup. You know, like when you go to the water jug, they have the cone cups that you pull at the bottom? It was one of those. If you need to spew into this.
Those cups pissed me off.
Why? Because they're so small?
They're so small.
What are you doing with that?
And you can't reuse it.
Oh, yeah.
You could use it twice. 3 times the thing started to crumble. It was disgusting.
No, I'd be like, I mean, dude, no way. I'd go to town on that thing.
I hated those cups.
Or just put your mouth under the spigot.
Just do that.
Yeah, just do that. That's a good way to do it. So, Mr. The Riot's playing a little hurt today. By the time we got to Thursday, and I hadn't heard from you all week, I was concerned. I was legit concerned.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're off the mat.
Well, I didn't feel great Monday.
Happens.
Thought I'd kicked it Tuesday. My guy, Brett McCullough, Go Flow IV, hooked me up.
How about it?
Came to the house. Appreciate it. Shout out to Brett. Go
Had a bit.
Flow, Caroline, everybody that came to the Theriot household. Hooked
Shout
me
out.
up with a couple IVs.
SO.
And Tuesday evening, that was great.
Shout out.
Eating, I felt good. Wednesday morning, woke up, didn't feel great again. So I didn't feel terrible, but just you know. Yeah. And so didn't really eat a whole lot or drink a whole lot. So I'm trying to get my energy back. This food right here is pissing me off. I actually texted you last night.
Yeah.
I want Mexican.
Yeah, you wanted Mexican. And you said like greasy ponchos raise the flag style Mexican.
That's right. I wanted to
not good Mexican,
No.
like the here's $3. I'm gonna eat like a king Mexican.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to polish it off with some sopapillas and butter and honey.
Sopapillas. Oh my God.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Is Poncho's still open?
I don't know, but
does anybody know? Is Poncho's still open in Baton Rouge?
we used to eat there so much, Coach. We did the takeout, Poncho's takeout, where they'd wrap the tacos in the little plastic wrap and you'd get like 100 of them. Ugh.
Permanently closed.
We need to open that thing back up.
No, they don't. No, they don't. It needs to stay closed.
What?
It needs to be condemned right to the place where it is. Yes, needs to be condemned.
I was a big Poncho's guy.
Maybe the reason that you were ill this week is because you knew LSU was going to Starkville.
Could be.
I mean, pretty good excuse to not have to go to Starkville.
But
I was sick.
Seriously, though?
Felt ill this week. Couldn't make it.
Starkville's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not a good place. It's the opposite of a good place.
Apparently they built a new hotel there.
Ramada?
La Quinta? I don't know.
Is it La Quinta? It's a good spot.
But apparently there's like a new hotel there.
Continental breakfast?
Probably. I mean, it has to be, right?
Free ice?
Just go down the hall.
Just get you some ice buckets.
Bring your bucket.
I wrote a letter to Starkville.
Did you have help from Skip Bertman? Ooh, big guy.
And it was tough to write this letter because, and I said this earlier.
Starkville, Algonquin for trailer park.
I've done it so much, and I've made the same, and it's the same stuff over and over again. So this was a hard letter because
Starkville, where they invented the toothbrush.
That's right.
So they call it the toothbrush.
There you go. What is the one about the tornado? Actually, did improvements.
Did $1 million worth of improvements.
Right.
Tornado came through, did $1 million worth of improvements.
That was a good one.
What about the other one that I liked a lot was La Quinta, which is like Spanish for next to Denny's. Something like that.
I heard that the other day.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I think that's Cano's line.
Yeah.
He probably got it from Skip.
You probably did.
You know? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're the same person.
They are the same.
And then Ronnie. It's like Skip, Cano, Ronnie.
Yeah.
The three of them are the same person. They don't know. You don't know where one ends and the next begins. I think they've been in character for so long they don't know that they're actually
not in character.
They're not Skip Berman. Great guys. I love them all.
So I love them all. It was a tough letter, but I wrote it, and
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to you guys. So it's not my best, but it's okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let
us be the judge of that.
Yeah. Dear Starkville, your city is the laughing stock of the worst state in the United States of America. When the mayor of Moscona is taking shots at you and your residents, you've got a problem. I remember my first trip to Starkville when I was a Tiger. It was the worst 4 days of my life.
Look at the sign.
So brutal. The food was brutal, the fans were stupid, the team stunk, and there was absolutely nothing to do in our downtime. Cowbells are obnoxious and serve zero purpose whatsoever.
Yeah.
It makes y'all look dumb, and when you shake the stupid cowbells, making all kind of noise, it pisses everyone off around you that doesn't have one. Nothing is worse than someone shaking a cowbell in your ear when you don't have one. This happened to me at the Dunham football game the other night. For some reason, a couple of the fans at Dunham thought that cowbells would be a good idea, and
They were Dunham fans?
yeah, the guy shaking the cowbell, the Dunham fan, his wife made him leave. She said, "You with the cowbell, get out of here."
Get out.
And I was really happy that she did that.
Good for her. Good for her.
So cowbells are stupid. Best place to go in Starkville is Duty Noble.
Yeah.
From Will Clark to Bobby Thigpen, Ron Polk, and now Chris Lamonis, the baseball can't be touched. Those guys do it right, and it amazes me year after year that they convince really good players to play and live in such a dump of a town.
Is Rivers on line 2 yet? Okay, you let me know when she calls.
I love Applebee's as much as the next guy, but that's not the place you take recruits on your official visit to eat dinner.
Hey, you like that song? Do you like the song?
What song?
Fancy Like? It's on. If you watch a college football, you can't watch a football game without hearing the song.
Maybe.
It's a TikTok dance.
Yeah.
Fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Bourbon Street Shake.
I like it.
With the Oreo shake, whipped cream, two straws, one check. Girl, I got you.
That's it. That's exactly how it goes. Y'all literally ordered me the all-you-can-eat boneless wings, riblets, and shrimp meal, and thought that would be the.
Wait. Did you really go to Applebee's on your recruiting visit?
They didn't order me that, but yes.
Riblets. Oh, no.
Y'all ordered me the all-you-can-eat boneless wings, riblets, and shrimp meal, and thought that would be the deal that made me a bulldog.
I can't believe you went to Applebee's.
Which didn't happen. Came to LSU. All that being said, your football coach is a weirdo. Nobody knows what the heck he's talking about most of the time. He loves pirates and calling shallow crossing routes.
Oh, that's a problem.
He's got terrible hair and dresses like someone's uncle who's given up on their appearance. And if last year was any indication of what's to come, you'll probably do it again to the Tigers this year.
I know.
We'll be running around like chickens with our heads cut off, chasing your receivers all over the field and giving up big plays.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't mean y'all aren't idiots and your school doesn't suck. Kick rocks. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay. Oh, it was good. Oh, it's good.
Was it good?
I liked it. Okay. I'm proud that I learned something new about you. I didn't know that you went to Applebee's on your Mississippi State visit.
Stark Vegas. Place is brutal, bro. Whew. I made an error there one time, and some fat guy in overalls threw a boot at me.
I have heard this.
I told this story on air before, and it had a rope tied to it, and I didn't know that there was a rope tied to it. I was playing second base. So I tried to go get the boot and throw it back at him, and when I bent down to go grab it, he pulled it a little bit. I went down to get it again, and he pulled it a little bit.
Why would you go a second time?
Because, I mean, I was in at that point. I was committed. And then everybody's laughing at me trying to catch the boot.
Because you booted the ball.
I booted the ball.
That's impressive that he made it all the way to second base.
Got it out there. Wasn't his first rodeo.
No, he knew what he was doing.
Yep.
All right. Oh, man.
Good barbecue, though. Good atmosphere. Baseball.
Oh, that's really good stuff. Oh, man. All right. It's after further review. Well, I got a quick break, and we'll continue. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. Online at lainsurance.net. Better coverage for less money. That's Insurance Network of Louisiana. Do you know what's happened since this storm?
What?
A lot of people, like let's say hypothetically you had damage to your roof.
Okay.
And you've called your insurance company. And maybe they've not been responsive. Or maybe you realized your hurricane deductible is like 5%. And that's a gob of money. Okay. That's not good. So you know what you do? What? You call Insurance Network of Louisiana. They will go shop to see if they can get you better coverage for less money. A lot of times I share stories of people like lowering their hurricane deductible. And you might think, oh, what's a big deal? You went from 2% to a flat $1,000 hurricane deductible. Well, what if you got roof damage? You need a new roof. You get a new roof for $1,000.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Better coverage for less money. 293-0450. 293-0450. 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. 293-0450.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Rolling along here, Football Friday edition of AFR. What's going on over at Bowie Outfitters right now? It's about the time of year where people are shooting quail and other game. I don't know what a quail is.
Ducks, dove. Yeah, both seasons right.
If I ever make any type of veiled or direct Wedding Crashers reference, Muso he giggles.
He likes it.
He giggles.
They're destroying the quail barn population.
They're overpopulating this region, Jeremy.
Well, never mind. We're not going to. You got a problem with that?
Not as much as I do with your outfit or your general attitude toward everyone. What the hell? Let's go shoot some birds.
Best part of that movie.
All right. We've lost people on that anyway. It's a Wedding Crashers reference, and Muso thinks they're hilarious. So I dropped one in kind of casually, and he laughed, and so then I referenced it, and now I've thrown off your Bowie Outfitter read. So go ahead, Bowie Outfitters.
No, it's now's the time. Fall is in the air. Temperature's cooling off a little bit. Don't wait to get into Bowie Outfitters and stock up for what you need for hunting season this coming up year. Don't wait. Ammunition, firearms, camouflage, you name it. Everything that you need. All of it. Ducks, deer, birds. All does as well. Yeah, go check them out at Bowie Outfitters. BowieOutfitters.com. You can shop their online inventory. Go check them out on Perkins Road. Ask for my man Lee. Tell them Ryan sent you.
Did they take crypto?
We'll have to see. I don't know. They may.
Kayvon Thibodeau, the defensive end from Oregon, who might very well be the number one pick in the draft, although he won't be the number one pick in the draft because a quarterback is going to be the number one pick in the draft, but he'll probably be the top defensive player taken. If it's not Kayvon Thibodeau, it'll be Derek Stingley, but he'll be a top 5 pick in the draft, Kayvon Thibodeau. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Developed his own cryptocurrency.
Good for him.
He's calling it's a $JREAM. Is the symbol, how it'll be traded. Okay. The initial price could be less than $1. I don't know how it would go higher than that. 100,000 in circulation at launch. Plans for 21 million coin to enter circulation. This is ambitious. I'm not in any way opposed to. People know that I'm definitely into crypto.
You're a crypto guy. How's your crypto, by the way? It's good.
Crypto's doing really well.
Good.
Into GameCoin. We've talked about that a good bit. Really excited about that project here. There's going to be a lot in this space. I'm going to be interested, though, to see if something like this succeeds, where Kayvon Thibodeau has his own crypto, or if something, for example, not to say there can't be multiple owners, but like we've talked a lot about Gamecoin, or if athletes have their own coin through Gamecoin that establishes a brand, how that, there's just going to be a fun space to watch it develop. But one thing is just abundantly clear is adoption increases every day, and there are more people who are into crypto and crypto wallets and digital assets and all that sort of stuff. And this is going to be the way people communicate. So just another way that you see someone out front of this thing. A UCLA basketball player, Jalen Clark, also partnered with Rally to really release his own cryptocurrency earlier this month.
I think it's a great idea. I've got Gamecoin. I think it's a really cool platform and cool deal. You know, the interesting thing is, I guess the question I would have for you is this something available for anybody? In other words, could any athlete have their own?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you need a platform to launch it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need some sort of credibility? Does it need to just get hot on whatever avenue that it's traded at? I mean, there's a lot of it that I don't really understand on that side of it. But if you see guys like these two dudes who are recognizable guys, but they're not LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it does succeed, then, oh my gosh, they can do it. Anybody can.
I know. It's going to be interesting to see how the market develops as it all plays out, which is why it's exciting. I mean, you're just pushing off the dock of this whole thing, right? So there's this big ocean to sail, and to see where the ship goes it's going to be an awful lot of fun over this. I mean, crypto, blockchain technology, it's Web 3.0. I mean, Web 1.0 was the internet and search engines. Web 2.0 was social media. I mean, blockchain is Web 3.0. I mean, this is going to be, and I know that's foreign to a lot of people right now, but one day you'll have your aha moment. I had mine about a year ago. When you have your aha moment, you'll understand why this is going to be transformative technology that changes the way we all interact in the world. So it's coming, and just another example of it. And you know what?
What?
If you don't like crypto, you can kick rocks. How about that transition?
Pretty good.
Radio guy.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
All right.
Ben Simmons can kick rocks.
Oh, stop it.
Signs a max deal. He's set to make over $30 million the next 5 years with the 76ers. They want him back. He shot under 30% from the free throw line in the playoffs last year. He stunk. Passing up shots, scared to shoot the ball.
He's not a shooter.
Okay. And now he says he's not going to show up at camp. He wants a trade.
I'm sorry, did you draft him thinking he was going to lead the league in scoring?
After the team committed a max contract.
Whose fault is that?
Over $30 million.
Who committed that contract?
Go play out the max contract.
Why?
Because you signed the contract.
Yeah, and so?
So you got to go honor the contract.
No, you don't.
Can't just not show up.
Just don't
You're
show up.
being a crybaby, Ben
Don't show up.
Simmons. Learn how to shoot a free throw. Kick rocks.
You're a crybaby.
Conor McGregor can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
I don't expect you to be able, from 60 feet 6 inches, to throw a strike. You're not a baseball player. You're an MMA fighter, and a really good one of the best ever. Great athlete. However, if you agree to throw out a first pitch, at least be able to get it in the vicinity of home plate.
Yeah.
Practice for a day or 5 minutes or 2 to whatever, however long it takes. Like, don't just get up there like 50 Cent and wing the thing to the backstop.
I don't get it.
It's embarrassing and stupid, and you make yourself look like a non-athlete. Connor, you can kick rocks.
I don't
Get
understand.
on down the road and kick rocks.
If you know we talked about this earlier in the week. If you know you're going to be throwing out the first pitch, like you know you're going to do it.
Yep.
How in the world do you not go get a lesson? Have someone teach you how to throw the thing over the plate. Thank you, Ryan. That was exactly my point. Just Musso and I said this. I was like, just elbow it. Just give me all elbow. Just give me all elbow. Right here.
Just the wrist. Just the snap.
Everything. Elbow, wrist. Elbow, wrist. That's all I need. Is elbow and wrist. Elbow, wrist. That's all you got to have.
That's it.
You get
I'm
right
not saying
away,
throw it hard.
like a dart. Just boom. Like the umpire does when he throws the ball back to the pitcher all game long. You never see umpires doing full windups. It's always right here. Boom. What are we doing?
Just
he's Irish. He's certainly been in bars his whole life.
He's thrown darts.
You don't think he's thrown darts?
He's thrown darts.
Just throw it like a dart.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
Easy. What are we doing here?
Or like a jab.
Just push it.
You don't have to do it hard. Just get it there and just straight. Maybe not. Maybe the jab's
jab stuff. That's.
The National Football League can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Josh Gordon has been suspended and reinstated 17,000 times. And they're going to suspend and reinstate him again. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to get in trouble again, and you're going to suspend him again. Kick rocks, you guys. We've seen this story play out.
Yeah,
Kick rocks.
I'm all for second chances, third chances, fourth chances, fifth chances, sixth chances. I mean, look.
At some point, you got to be done.
It's over, okay? Like, he's going to. God bless him. I hope he gets better, and I hope he figures it out. But chances are that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Along those lines, can I, tell John Jones to kick rocks?
Please do.
I mean, did you see this?
Kick rocks.
I mean, John Jones, who is, in my opinion, pound for pound, the greatest fighter in the history of mixed martial arts. And we have been, we collectively as MMA fans have been robbed of watching what he hit the full potential of his career could be because he's an idiot. And he's routinely gotten himself in trouble. He's a disaster. He's the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Literally, the greatest fighter I've ever seen. But as a person, he's a disaster. And now he's been arrested Friday morning in Las Vegas, charged with misdemeanor battery, domestic violence, injuring, or tampering with a vehicle. So, John Jones, again, arrested. He's a moron. I'm pissed at him. Greatest fighter I've ever seen. I've had the great fortune to see him fight twice in person. He is amazing, but he's an idiot. And I'm not even surprised. At this point, I'm not even surprised. Honestly, you know what I really fear? And I'm not even joking. I fear that one day that headline is going to be him or someone else either being seriously injured or dying.
Yep.
And I don't mean to be callous with that, but when you have this type of repetitive behavior, eventually, it leads to an end that is going to be disastrous. It's almost like, who was the was it Chris Henry, who was a New Orleans guy, went to West Virginia and was just, led a lifestyle that was just always on edge, ended up falling off of a truck and dying. He was a receiver in the NFL. Was it Chris Henry? Am I saying the right? I mean, if I have the wrong name. Anyway, man, just it was Chris Henry. He died in 2009. He fell off a truck. It was he led that kind of lifestyle, and it's eventually it's going to end badly. Yeah. I mean, get your stuff together, man. God, dog. Anyway. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. It's where T-Bob and I will be tomorrow after LSU and Mississippi State. Whiskey and Wine postgame shows coming out.
Little kegs and eggs tomorrow?
A little bourbon and Cheerio. Nice. Yeah, how about that?
Good for you.
You still don't think kegs and eggs are a thing? You think I made that up?
Yep.
Muso.
I like it, though.
Look at Muso's face.
That's 100% a thing.
Is it?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have done that before.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Muso.
Good combo.
You know what else is funny? Chris's Specialty Foods came in and brought the platter. Every segment, if you're actually paying attention, the platter gets
smaller and smaller.
Every second, every break, people just come and take some off the platter.
That's good. What about bacons and blunts? Do you do that?
No. It's after further review. Our pick segment is next. Stay here.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. And when I say Darren James and Associates, of course, talk about a lot of Darren's associates. How about a shout out to Tyler Alexander, one of the realtors on Darren's team, who has done an amazing job early in his career. Agent225.com. If you go to agents there at the top of the page, you'll see all the realtors that work with Darren's team, including Mr. Tyler Alexander, as I just mentioned there. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Remember, if you're buying or selling, think real estate, think Darren James. Darren and his team, among the top 1% of realtors in America. That's based on the number of homes sold. There's just nobody around here that does it better. So go to agent225.com. You can tap our listings. If you're buying or selling, Have an amazing experience. Trust Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Log on to agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my four boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Jeff D on the text line said, kegs and eggs is a thing. So is weed and waffles. Ask Muso. You know about it, Muso?
I don't, but that's funny. Weed and waffles.
No.
Good alliteration.
Mm.
I like waffles.
It's 420. Muso likes that too. That's from Darren.
It's 4:34, Darren.
Well, I guess he sent this at 4:18.
Well,
So
that's not 4:20 either. That's 4:18.
it was close. Maybe his phone was off by 2 minutes. Like the clock in my car is off by 2 minutes. It's weird.
Weed and waffles.
Ryan with the Rona. Muso should had went and smoked some ganja with him, LOL. That's Glenn, by the way. That's poor Glenn. That's Skin Suit Glenn texting the show, by the way.
That's just weird.
It is a little weird. All right, let's do some picks. There it is. Got it. This is normally the time of the show in years past where Theriot welcomes in our celebrity guest picker.
Mm-hmm.
But Theriot's gotten insanely lazy this year. And so he decided just to call my wife. week after week after week after week. They were classmates together at Sherwood Middle.
Shout out Falcons.
And then Erica went on to win the Sword Award at the former Bishop Sullivan, now St. Michael's, while you went on to an illustrious
Broadmoor.
career at Broadmoor. Were you Mr. Broadmoor?
NBD.
Were you really, Mr. Broadmoor? Okay, great. We'll have to confirm that. Erica, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good.
Do you like that everyone talks about Musso as a pothead?
No, it makes me sad.
Why does it make you sad?
Because he's not a pothead.
Well, how do you know? You don't know him. You've never
I
met
know
Musso.
him.
You've
She's
never
right,
met
I've never,
Musso.
ever met him. It's so funny.
Have you ever met Matthew Musso in your life?
No, never in person.
So
but I feel
how
like I
do
know
you
him.
know that he's not a pothead?
I just know. I can tell.
No, you don't.
Erica, he smokes a ton of weed.
No, she's right.
He really does.
She's right, actually. She's right. She's right.
Oh, Lord. Do you have my picture up on the TV? I feel like if I'm going to be weekly, I should at least have like a hot picture up or something.
She should have a picture. Can we pull up the Sherwood Middle yearbook picture?
No, dude, I got a picture. Wait, I got a good one.
You have a Sherwood Middle
Erica, you
yearbook
should
picture?
not have said that.
Let's see if we can find
Oh, you should not have said that.
Matt, I'm telling you.
My wife is the most vain person. Like, if a hair is out of place, she's like, "Where are we taking that picture? Where are we
Delete
taking
it.
it?" I am so glad you, because I have seen your pictures.
Oh.
And one is like a very sort of pensive looking, like,
No, why can't we do like a normal good picture, like a current picture of me? Why
get
do we
this
need
camera,
to pull
Paul.
out
This
like
is
a
like
high school picture?
this is the look that she's doing. She's like,
Stop.
she's like,
They told me to like be all serious or something.
that's how she's looking in the picture. I'm finding this
Get
picture.
that one.
Oh my
No,
god.
let's do like a normal good one. How about maybe me and Drew or something? You know?
I am finding this. Well, you'd have to tell me which one. Like, if I pick a picture to put up on TV and you don't like the picture, then I'm in trouble because
Right, so let
you're
me pick.
very, very particular about what picture. Like, you won't even come on Morning Scone ever.
Let me pick, and we'll be good.
I'm so doing like the over-the-shoulder stare picture.
No, you're not.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I
Oh,
do.
that's happening. Oh, that is so
No.
happening. I think Lauren sent me that one.
No.
I'm serious. I think Lauren did. I think she sent it to me. She's like, "What's happening in this picture?" I think she sent me that
That's the
years
one we
ago.
need.
I
That's
think-
the one we need.
I think
Yep.
yes. I think that's the one. All right.
Okay, I take it back. Okay.
No, that's happening. All right, I got to keep scrolling back to find it. It's somewhere deep in the deep recesses of my phone.
I feel like I have a Sadie Hawkins picture of Erica when she
We
was in the
do.
7th grade.
Yeah, I was with Evan Sims, and you
Yep.
were with Kristen.
I feel like I have a
Yep.
Sadie
What
Hawkins
is going
picture.
on here? You remember a 7th grade
Yeah.
Sadie Hawkins date?
Yeah, maybe in 8th grade.
I remember that.
We had all those what was that store in the mall called? We got those shirts from them. We were wearing like boy shirts. What was wrong with us?
I don't remember the shirt, but I remember the picture.
Yeah, well, I remember the shirt from the picture.
I'm just trying to find this picture now live
No,
on air.
Matt, nobody cares about that.
I am trying to find it live on air now.
That's like dead air.
Huh?
That's like dead air. Do
Oh my
better.
God.
You know you don't do that.
I found a picture of Drew with a big gash on his chin. When was that?
Gash on his chin?
Yeah. Did he get a big? Was that Drew? Maybe it was Eli.
That was his MMA days.
Yeah, it was not Drew. Drew's never had like a cut.
That was Drew's MMA days. And he was
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find that picture though. It's buried in the recess of my phone somewhere. All right, Erica, you know how the picks went last week, don't you? You had Auburn, Big Bad Rye Guy, and I had Penn State. Who won that one?
Yeah, well, I was winning, by the way.
Give me a bell,
games, I
Muse.
was
Give me a
totally
bell.
kicking y'all's butt, and then they came and ruined it.
You know what other game that you had last week that I had? I had Notre Dame last week.
Yeah,
Who won that one?
I know.
Yeah.
It was not a
Bing.
good week for me.
I know. How about that? E-Rock, you were crushing because Terrio and I had the exact same picks for every game.
I know.
And we whipped you.
Erica, let me go first. Can we
Okay.
just try it?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
Ryan, go ahead.
Well, Matt's going to go first, then I'll go second.
And then I'll go third.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Let's do that.
Notre Dame against Wisconsin.
All right, who you got?
Matt, you're first. Go.
I'm not going first.
Yeah, you're first.
I'm the host of the show. You two go first.
Give me Wisconsin.
Oh,
Erica.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going Wisconsin. I'm going to go Wisconsin because I just cannot take Notre Dame. They always just end up losing. Wisconsin, cheesehead, go.
No, he's going to pick on Wisconsin. He's picking
Notre Dame.
What?
It's
Oh,
written
gosh.
down.
They're going to lose.
I'm taking the Irish to beat
No,
Wisconsin
Homer.
at
I like how Matt calls you
Homer.
a
They've not
Catholic
been
Homer.
playing
You're
well.
calling me a Notre Dame homer?
Yeah, he
Dude,
did
they've
last
been
that one
playing
time. It was
bad.
funny. It was funny.
Texas A&M against Arkansas.
Oh. Who's going first? Ryan, you going?
Yep.
Okay, go.
Where is that game?
It's at Jarrah World in Arlington, a neutral site.
Give me Can they be for real? Give me A&M. I got to go with A&M.
All right, Erica.
Yeah,
A&M or Arkansas?
I want them to lose, though.
All right, we are all clean sweep for the Aggies. We're all going Aggies here.
I have called the pig hog suey thing before.
You have called the pig hog suey thing.
Yep.
What does that mean?
You know, they do that in their stadium.
What do they do?
Do it. I want to hear it.
Oh, I don't remember. I was not wanting to do it. I was dating a guy at the time, and we went, and he was. I was going to call the pig.
You went to an Arkansas game?
Yeah.
Evan Sims?
Yeah, it's some field. They should have walked really far on a bunch of hills to get to.
Yeah, that would have been in Little Rock at War
Pouring
Memorial
down
Stadium.
rain, might I tell you, in a complete poncho, soaking wet.
Did you go? Was that when they played LSU?
Yes.
And you went and wore Arkansas stuff?
Well, no, we're LSU stuff.
Well, you just said you called the pigs.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you know, I was dating him at the time, whatever.
Oh, and you were a student at LSU? Who are you?
Oh, gosh, Matt.
That's tough, Erica.
Yeah, well, you know, what you do for love at the time. Didn't last, though.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't last.
Iowa State and Baylor.
Oh.
Iowa State.
Yeah, we've gone with them, right, Ryan?
Yep.
We've picked them twice. Or yeah, Iowa
We
State
like
went
them.
all the way. Iowa State, for sure.
Yeah, Iowa State got crushed by Iowa a few weeks back, by the way, and your boy had Iowa. I crushed y'all in that.
Who are you
Punks.
picking, Baylor?
No, Iowa State. Yeah, I'm going to go Iowa State, yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Baylor State.
Tennessee and Florida, Erica. Who do you think, Tennessee or Florida?
Oh, Florida. Well, Ryan's first.
Yeah,
Ryan,
Florida.
you go.
Yeah, we're going to go Florida.
Yeah, I mean, Florida almost put it on Alabama last week. Like, that's absolute. Yeah, Florida's good. We need to be scared for Florida.
I tried to trick her.
They're going to beat us bad.
Yeah, I mean, Florida is good. That shoe thing last year, not going to follow over to this year. Like, that miracle of the shoe is gone.
It's gone. LSU stinks, too, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. I love Will Wade, though.
She does love Will Wade.
Erica
She
likes Will Wade.
loves Will
What about
Wade.
Jay Johnson? Do you like Jay?
What?
You like Jay Johnson?
Yeah. I didn't realize how short he was.
Well, I mean, you know.
It's like Musso.
He's average.
And Terrio.
No,
They're all about the
There's a
same
picture of
height.
him next to Ben McDonald or something, and it's
Well,
like a really bad
Ben McDonald's 6'7".
Well, I know that. I know.
Yeah.
He's really big, a big man.
Yeah.
All right, Kentucky and South Carolina.
Ryan, you go first.
It's in South Carolina. Kentucky at South Carolina.
Give me Kentucky.
Yeah, I like them too because
Yeah.
they've kind of been they were showing up and showing out like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and good basketball, too.
Yeah, they do. There's Wildcats.
Yep, I like their colors.
Yeah, that royal blue is so fine.
Pretty.
Right, Matt, he have.
Who are you picking, Matt?
Kentucky.
You would, of course.
This is just boring. I mean,
because you picked the same people we picked.
all right. I'll give my pick for this at the end of the show today. But LSU and Mississippi State. Big Bad Rye guy. Who you picking?
The Bulldogs.
You're going Mississippi State.
Yep.
Okay. Erica, LSU or Mississippi State?
Well, I kind of think we're going to lose, honestly. So I guess I have to pick Mississippi State. I don't have a good feeling about it.
No.
Why? Give me your breakdown.
Well, there's the pirate guy.
Yeah, the
coach.
pirate guy. Yep.
He's very bizarre, but I think right now, I don't know. I just don't think we're in it. I think we're still just not ready. I don't know. I don't like the 11 a.m. start. It's too early. We're sleepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mississippi State has more to win by beating us. Maybe.
Did you hear
I don't
that?
know.
Did you hear Stingley's out?
Yeah, he's like definitely out. They kept making a statement about how like he's sure out or definitely out or something like that. So yeah, he's out. So yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Me too.
Why? What does it make you sad?
Because I don't like when people are hurt and they're out. I don't like that at all.
Doesn't like that.
I don't either. I think LSU's going to lose by 21.
Ooh,
wow.
okay. Wow, Ryan. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I just don't think they're going to win. I think it's not. I think the location, the time, the injuries, just kind of blah. I mean, we won last week, yay, but like we didn't really play anybody, so
Yeah.
we're not fired up.
Yeah.
We're not fired up yet.
Erica, so we're not fired up yet.
Nope.
So what do you think if LSU loses this game? They got to play Auburn, Kentucky, Florida,
my gosh.
Ole Miss, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas A&M.
Yeah, you're going to be fun to live with for sure.
You're going to be so happy because you don't really like LSU that much. You're going to be happy.
I will punch you.
You are going to be so.
I will punch you in the face.
We'll beat
Don't think I will
Arkansas.
punch you in the face.
We'll beat Arkansas.
No, not you, Eric. I'm not going to punch you in
Not
the
Arkansas.
face. Him. He's sitting there telling people that, oh, you don't really like LSU anyway.
We'll beat Kentucky. We can beat Kentucky. but the other ones we're going to lose.
Because there's numb nuts on the internet who are going to believe what you're saying. That's why he's doing it.
That you don't like the Tigers? I'm the one that picked them to lose.
Yeah, Matt Ryan, I picked against them before. You haven't revealed
You
your pick
also
yet.
picked them to win the national championship at the start of the season, and I
Last
said they
week
were
I
going to go
picked them to
9.
lose.
And I said they were going to go 9. Listen to Erica laughing at your pick.
Hey, Erica, you know who else went to Sherwood Middle?
Who?
Derek Stingley Jr.
No, he didn't.
Oh, did he?
Fact.
What?
Before he went to Dunham? How about that?
Wow.
Those Falcons all over the place.
Falcon pride right there.
Yeah, you know what? I went to
What?
MBS. I was a Pelican.
Yeah, Falcons eat pelicans
No
for
way.
lunch, Matt.
Pelicans have gigantic beaks, and we would swallow a falcon whole.
No,
Book
no
it.
way.
Book it.
No way.
Do you think the Saints are going to win?
Lord, I hope so. You're horrible for a Saints game, that's for sure. Like, that's just the Saints game just totally ruined my Sundays, so they better win.
I love the headband, though.
Jameis needs to step up. I don't know what happened last week. I'm not quite sure.
Well, they were down like 5 starters. But I told you, what did I tell you last Sunday?
You said they're going to lose, but I'm okay with it. And I won't be mad all day.
Because I expected it. I
Right.
expected them to lose last Sunday.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would get so destroyed the way they did, but I fully expected the Saints to lose last Sunday. I genuinely expected that. So
yeah.
I was.
Oh, they
I was-
lost, all right.
Yeah, I was okay. I knew it was going to go. I knew. Look, but it still just counts as one.
But it was like the week before. We're going to the Super Bowl, black and gold Super Bowl, and then we lose horribly.
Hey, what's Drew doing? By the way, we're talking to Erica. This is my wife. What's Drew doing?
I'm hiding from him so he doesn't command the phone.
Well, can you go put the phone up next to him and just so we can tell him hi real quick?
Yeah, his backpack's beeping though. Hold on, let me go.
right.
I was in the bedroom. He's watching Ryan on my phone and on the TV. So there's
Derek
like a-
Thomas on Twitter said, was the Sadie Hawkins store Eddie Bauer in the plaid shirts?
No, it wasn't plaid. It was these striped shirts. Hang on. Hey, Drew, look. Drew, can you say hi to Daddy? Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Drew.
Can you say hi to Ryan?
Say hi, Ryan.
Ryan's on the phone. Say hi, Ryan. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, Drew.
Hi,
Ryan.
Hi,
Hey,
Ryan.
Drew.
Okay, all right.
All right.
We're done. All right, Erica. I'll see you later. Okay. Have a great
Okay.
day. All right.
All right, bye.
That's Erica.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
He called me Ryan.
No, he didn't call you Ryan. He said, hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Ryan. All right, it's after further review. We will do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour next. Get your questions in for Theriot. Ask Ryan's next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pluckers, Nicholson, Bluebonnet. Dine in, carry out, or delivery via Uber Eats and DoorDash. So you know what tomorrow is, right?
Saturday.
And you know what happens at 11 a.m.
LSU plays Mississippi State.
You need a place to watch?
Yep.
You know what's open at 11 a.m.?
Pluckers.
You got it. So eat wings. Kickoff of the game, by the way, actually like boot meets ball is 11:07 a.m.
Do they have eggs at Pluckers? Because they have beer. I mean, you could do kegs and eggs at Pluckers.
Good point. I'll ask Stevie Levy, the king of the wing. You know what they have now, by the way? New menu items. Oh, my God, you will love this. They have gourmet hot dogs now.
Shut up.
Bro, you got to see this.
No.
I am dead serious. I got to show you this. Anyway, Pluckers, Nicholson or Bluebonnet. Great place before, during, or after the game. Look, here's the, look, check out the new menu items. Look, check that out. All right. And remember, delivery via DoorDash or Uber Eats. It's Pluckers. If you don't like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Let's do some Ask Ryan. By the way, Dustin Blanchard said, Matt, you forgot to make your LSU Mississippi State pick. Dustin, no, I didn't. I'll make my pick at the end of the show today before we get out of here, so stay tuned for that. Bill Hawkland asked Ryan, how was a career in MLB better and worse than you imagined it would be in college and the minors?
The amenities in the big leagues are much better. Travel, food, the way they treat you, all that stuff. Minor leagues is tough, travel. But, and then obviously there's this whole thing where you get paid. That's pretty cool too.
Brent Ziegler asked Ryan, did Musso do 12 pull-ups when he was 11 years old?
I don't get that. What is that?
Musso says he on the Presidential Fitness Challenge that he did 12 pull-ups as an 11-year-old, and I called BS.
I bet he could. I bet he could do that.
Thank you, Ryan.
But, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Pull-ups are hard, though.
Gerald Mathern asked Ryan, how many pull-ups at 11?
For Musso?
For you?
For me? I was always a skinny kid. I mean, I could do a lot of pull-ups just because my body weight. You know what I mean?
Ask Ryan, burgers or hot dogs?
Chili dog.
Ask Ryan, Scott Greenbaum. On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying are those cowbells?
11. They're the worst. Anytime, though. Not like those cowbells. Cowbells, period.
It's actually absurd that they're allowed. I legit have a problem with that. Artificial noisemakers are not allowed. Why do we make exception for them to bring cowbells into a stadium? And the whole thing is, they got to stop ringing them as soon as you get to the line of scrimmage. It still affects everything else you do throughout the entire process of a play, and you still have drunk a-holes that are ringing them during the play. Like, it doesn't stop. It never stops.
No. They shouldn't be allowed.
They shouldn't be. Jason Gibson asked Ryan, 10-year anniversary of Freeze hitting the walk-off homer in Game 6. How was the whole experience?
Amazing. That game, that series in particular was crazy. That whole playoff run, but that game was the best game I've ever been involved in.
Josh Higgins asked Ryan, light, medium, or dark roast coffee?
I'm a medium guy.
Ask Ryan, what's your most memorable at-bat?
Probably my last one in the big leagues against Phil Koch.
Ask Ryan, what's your most, Stephen Miller asked Ryan, funniest Mississippi State joke you've heard?
I like the tornado one.
Ask Ryan, flannel, hoodie, or sweater?
Hoodie.
Ask Ryan, scale, how funny was Brandon Walker getting roasted live on air by Candace?
I didn't see. I don't know what that is.
Ask Ryan, craziest animal you've mounted? I'm assuming they mean like that you've killed and mounted on your wall, not that you've, mounted.
I've got an elk.
But then again, maybe Jeremy Fontana is a weirdo.
He is. I've got an elk. I've got a red stag. I've got a big old pig that I shot. I don't have like any exotics. I guess a red stag's an exotic animal. And then white-tailed deer and ducks and stuff.
Ask Ryan what's happened to your Broadmoor Bucks. 60-0 last night to Liberty Magnet.
Yeah, it's not going great over there, but hopefully there's a change coming.
Ask Ryan. Well, no, I'm not going to read that one.
Don't read that.
Ask Ryan what's the best MLB park you played at.
I love Milwaukee. Miller Park.
The question was about Ogeron's future if they lose tomorrow, which will be much debated.
You know what else is a cool park? Chavez Ravine.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by
Shawbills.
Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawbillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com. You ever get a nail in your tire?
All the time.
You actually do. Why do you get nails in your tire all the time?
I don't know.
Is it because you're hauling the Hudco trailer?
It's probably
It might be,
the
actually.
trailer and just like job sites and stuff.
Yeah, no, that does make some sense. So what happens whenever you have a nail in your tire?
Well, I bring either my vehicle or the trailer to Shawbills, and they fix it for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Is it because you're Ryan Theriot?
No.
Oh,
Anytime
really?
you get a nail in your tire, whether it be from a Hudco client or not, they'll fix it for free.
They'll just patch it up for you for free, huh?
Yeah, and if it's in bad shape, they'll change the thing, and
And Shawbills. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com for more than 50 years. ShawbillsTire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Hand Injury Lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Down to the last 10 days of baseball's regular season. First of a doubleheader today at Wrigley. The Cardinals win their 13th in a row, beating the Cubs 8-5. A doubleheader coming up tonight on ESPN. Starting at 7 Eastern, Yankees and Red Sox in Boston, followed by the Braves and Padres in San Diego. The Rams host the Buccaneers on Sunday, both teams 2-0, and ESPN's Rob Ninkovich believes the Rams are second only to the reigning champs in the NFC.
I think when you look at the Rams and how they're built, they can score points quickly. So whenever you can score points every possession, you're built for a shootout, and you can keep up with the best of them.
Rob Ninkovich on Bart and Hahn. The Falcons play the Giants Sunday. Both teams 0-2. Atlanta wideout Russell Gage Jr. out with an ankle injury. Corner A.J. Terrell out with a concussion. Team USA leads Team Europe 3-1 in the Ryder Cup matches in Wisconsin. The 4 afternoon matches on the course right now.
We're back on Monday, recapping Week 3 in the NFL, and we'll tell you which quarterback has taken the biggest leap, plus a huge Monday night game in the NFC East. That's Monday morning on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Be off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Theriot hanging for another hour. We're pumped about it. We will get you a Saints Patriots pick. I'll give you my LSU Mississippi State pick later this hour as well. And we are waiting on news about John Emery and Trey Bradford. I'm very, very, very much hoping that the NCAA does, in fact, give us a ruling before we go off air so we can talk about it. Do you think it matters if LSU has Trey Bradford and or John Emery eligible?
Of course.
Why?
Because John Emery's a really good back. Bradford's a pretty good back. I mean, any time you can add more weapons. Now, that being said, I thought Kiner did an unbelievable job last week, and I'm excited to see more touches for him. But, yeah, I mean, the more guys you can add, the more weapons you can add, I think it's great.
All right, devil's advocate. Trey Bradford had 10 carries last year, and John Emery – throughout fall camp this year, didn't establish himself as the lead running back on a team that clearly is struggling to find a lead running back.
But John Emery also had some really exciting moments last year, you know.
Against Vanderbilt.
Right. And you've seen the potential there. He was a 5-star for a reason. Now, has he lived up to that 5-star billing? No, not yet. But I think the talent's there for him to do it. And look, it's better than not having him. Let's just say that.
I agree. I was playing devil's advocate. I want all hands on deck this weekend for LSU offensively because my contention is they're going to need to score because I think Mississippi State is going to score a bunch.
Can any of them play defensive back or linebacker?
No, that's unfortunate.
Okay. Or safety.
Derek Stingley is well, let's hear from Ed Ogeron, so it's directly from him. This is so Wednesday the word started coming out that Derek left practice with an injury. Ed Ogeron met with the media after practice Thursday, and this was the update he provided.
He's questionable. He re-injured the same injury that he had in camp. So we have our doctors look at it. Very questionable for the game.
Okay, so very questionable for the game is how Ed Orgeron classified it. I think we all are in agreement here that Derek Stingley's not going to play in this game. And, you know, I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of chatter about Stingley right now. And you and I have had conversations about it, and I think you and I probably disagree a little bit on it. But I always have trouble like criticizing a college athlete. I just do. I mean, that's just when you're a pro, you're fair game, man. In the same way that, I mean, I'm not a pro athlete, but I do a job where I put myself out there to the public, and I have to expect some people aren't going to like what I say and do, and I'm going to be criticized for it. That's okay. That comes with the territory. If you're a pro athlete, you expect that as well. Amateur athletes have a much more difficult time. And I know we say NIL and they can make money now and all, but that's just a different part of the conversation. He's 20 years old. I have a tough time criticizing college athletes. I just do. But, you know, I look at Derek Stingley and I go, I think in 2019, if you were to grade Derek Stingley on a scale of 1 to 10 in 2019, where would you put him?
10.
10, not maybe a 9.9 just because of, you know, Florida had some success against him, and that's, you know, like, he was incredible. Dude was a consensus All-American as a true freshman on the best team ever. Anything he did subsequent to that wasn't gonna be that. And like, he's only been targeted like 3 times this year. You know what I mean? Like, it was the same thing that Pat Pete ran into. It's the same, you know, it's the same thing that all the great ones, right? The reason that Stingley had so much opportunity as a freshman is because they were throwing away from Christian Fulton. There was, we're going to go test the freshman. Wrong. So that's why Elias Ricks had opportunities last year, because they were throwing away from Stingley. I just think because he had the season he did as a freshman, it was never going to be that again. It's a little bit of a bummer that he's had some injury issues, and it's kept him out. Missed 3 games last year. Had the foot injury in camp. He's now out for this game. I don't know, man. I think that there's just he set such a massive bar in 2019 that even when he's playing at an elite level, I don't think it's going to be that ever again.
The 2019 level.
Yeah.
Well, not until he has similar talent surrounding him.
He literally have to be perfect, Ryan.
But think about what he had around him in 2019. You know, from safety play, you got another first rounder next to him. You got dudes around him, where he hasn't had that last year and doesn't have it this year. So yes, the play is going to struggle a little bit. But for me, it's a bigger discussion. I mean, I think this goes back to, it was the first time we experienced it at LSU, but with Leonard Fournette. And when you saw that year when he and Christian McCaffrey both decided to opt out that year. Both of them.
The bowl game.
Yeah, the bowl game. But it was the first, opt-out. Oh, my gosh, what's going on here? And every year since then, you've seen guys do that. And, you know, I'm not going to say I'm split. Well, I am kind of split on it. You know, the fan in me goes, man, I want these dudes to play. I want them out there every single game. I've been going to these games since I was a baby. I want to see LSU win every game that they play. And then the common sense side says, wait a minute. You know, are you really going to jeopardize your future on a team that's not going to win the national championships, probably going to lose 4 or 5 more games this season, and possibly, you know, come up with an injury, maybe not, I don't know. I mean, look, Jamar Chase did it last year. Nobody was pissed at Jamar Chase. I don't know if it was the climate of
COVID
and you know, you had a bunch of things going on in society that did, you know, and so but he did the exact same thing. Okay? So
just to be clear, Stingley hasn't opted out yet.
No, but
a lot of people are assuming that he will.
And I don't know that he will.
And it is fair to ask that question.
Sure.
So that's why I don't mind having the conversation. But it's important to note he has not opted out.
Sure.
He's just missing the game because of injury.
Right. And listen, I don't know that he will, and I haven't heard anything, and you know, I don't think he will. I think he's probably going to play again. He had a great game against Central Michigan. He had the big hit and fumble and all that stuff, and you know, to your point, he's been thrown out 3 times this year. the fan in me wants to see that, and I want to see him play through injuries, and I want to see the toughness, I want to see the grit, I want to see the leadership, I want to see the, and you said it yesterday, I want to see the alpha, I want to see that, but that's not everybody's makeup, and I understand that, and that's okay, but if it were my kid, if it were my son, I would be guarded. I would be very cautious. It's different, man. The dollars are different. Everything's different than it was 20 years ago for these guys.
What do you think of this comp? I think Derek Stingley is Anthony Davis.
It's a great
comp. I think he's a transcendent talent, unlike many of us have literally ever seen, who is undeniably phenomenal at what he does, but also isn't the alpha that's going to stand up and be the vocal leader. Like, you played on teams throughout your life where you probably had the best player on the team that was also the best leader. Joe Burrow, Tyrann Mathieu. Like, that's great when it happens like that, but it doesn't always happen like that. And I think that's just the case with Stingley. One of the reasons that 2019 worked so well the way it did was you had Joe Burrow, and you had Grant Delpit, and you had Jamar Chase, and you had all these dudes that were dudes and alphas, and you could say, hey, 2-4, the guy lined up across from you, don't let him catch the ball, we got everything else. And it was good to be that. You know what I mean? Well, Anthony Davis needs LeBron. Anthony Davis is never going to be the guy that's the alpha on the team that leads a team to a championship. Could he be an all-pro, all-NBA caliber player on a championship team? Absolutely. But he needs to be Robin to LeBron's Batman. I think Sting's kind of the same. And by the way, that's not a knock, man. Not everybody's born to be like the greatest leader.
Right.
That's okay. And nobody's going to knock. The NFL isn't going to knock Derek Stingley for that. If Derek Stingley opts out, if he never plays again at LSU, the NFL is probably doing backflips because they know what he is.
Sure.
Friggin' 6'2", runs like, what's a 4.3 cover skill? Are you kidding me? Like, there's a reason he's going to be the first defensive player taken. You don't need no more game film. It's really just a matter of, I think, selfishly for us as fans, of course we want to see Stingley out there. He's awesome. He makes you better.
Yeah, man, Baton Rouge kid, and you want to see that. You want to see that you want to see him. You only have a limited amount of time to see him in the purple and gold. You got him here. He was the best player in the country. He comes here, and then you get one season, and it's an unbelievable season, and then you get the crap last year, and then it's just like, God, man, we just got it for 1 year. I want to see more.
I'll take it though for what 2019 was.
Sure, I will too.
All right, so Derek Stingley unlikely to play tomorrow. See when and if he's back in the purple and gold. Hopefully it is at some point this season. How much does it affect LSU on Saturday? We'll get to that in our full game preview and pick a little later this hour. We'll knock out a quick break. Musso is going to have Tigers in the pros. We got a Saints injury report as well. A lot to do here in hour number 3 on a Football Friday. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pinnacle Exterior Construction. They're online at pecbuilt.com, pecbuilt.com. Of course, they can build you a custom pool, an outdoor kitchen. They do fences, decks, bulkheads. They take your boring backyard, your outdoor space, and they turn it into a showplace, an oasis, your escape at home. That's Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Now, of course, with the storm coming through, a lot of people were affected. Their property was affected. If you had downed trees, Pinnacle can haul that tree away. If your fence was damaged or destroyed, they have tear down, repair, or fence replacement as well. Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Check them out, 757-6138, 757-6138, or online at pecbuilt.com. You can see pictures of their work, or you can inquire about any of those services. Again, if you had a down tree or down fence because of the storm, Pinnacle can help. pecbuilt.com, or call them at 757-6138 for Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz vans.
Introducing Vizzy Lemonade, the only lemonade hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. All new Vizzy Lemonade. Step up your seltzer game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hey, you want to come to Don Juan tomorrow for whiskey and wine?
Can we smoke cigars?
Oh, yeah, you can. You know what the feature is tomorrow? The Macanudo Inspirado Orange. How about that?
Sounds lovely, delicious.
It's a cigar. It's a fantastic blend of Honduran, Dominican, and Nicaraguan cigar tobacco.
All of those three?
All three. It's a blend. It's hefty. It's a buttery combination of pepper, leather, almonds. Starts with a powerful blast of spice, finishes smoothly on the palate. Get one tomorrow. And the cocktail features the Salty Dog cocktail. Gin or vodka, grapefruit juice, served with a salted rim. Oh. That's tomorrow at Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Sounds lovely.
I'm fired up for it. As soon as the game goes final, T-Bob and I will be live on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook and YouTube channels. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel or like the Facebook page. Set notifications. We'll go live as soon as the game is over, recapping LSU Mississippi State. So it should be around 2:30-ish, depending on when the game ends. So we'll look for you then, or just come hang out with us at Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right, Muso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Kentucky's Best Hemp. Find them online at kysbesthemp.com.
Start with the NFL action from last night. Carolina Panthers get the win 24-9. Terrace Marshall Jr., second leading receiver for the Carolina Panthers. 4 receptions off of 5 targets, 48 yards
Whatever
for the former Tiger. A 12-yard average and a long of 23.
Whatever he stinks.
Terrace Marshall's still looking for the end zone for the first time this season.
He stinks. Stinks.
And he's actually really,
Carolina Panthers stinks.
I mean, yeah, we don't like them, but
stinks.
He's pretty good.
He stinks.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
Dante Jackson on the defensive side of the ball. He's actually kind of good, too.
Oh, yeah, he is
for the Carolina Panthers. 6 total tackles has him tied for the team lead.
Where does he train when he's in town?
Traction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Explains a little bit. 5 of those solo, 1 of them coming for a loss, so a solid night for Dante Jackson. Kevin Minter has been ruled out.
Oh.
He's on the reserve COVID list for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So no Kevin Minter for the Bucs this week. And, as long as he's in the COVID protocol, no Kevin Minter. Major League Baseball last night, Aaron Nola.
He'll get a good nap.
He'll get a good nap. Got his 9th win of the season last night. That's great. But what's remarkable is the Phillies provided him with the most run support I think they ever have ever. The Phillies scored 12 runs last night.
Oh, my God!
In an Aaron Nola start.
Hey, spread it out a little, guys.
I mean, no. You do it all at once, and then he gets nothing the rest of the year.
Point.
That's how it works.
Spread it out a little
but that's
bit,
what
guys.
they do. That's what they do.
Spread it out a little, guys.
It's kind of a good thing they did because Aaron, man, the struggles continue a little. 6 innings, 6 earned runs last night. Only walked 1 and struck out 8. That's very Aaron Nola-like. But the 9th win of the season, man, we like that. And then finally, Greg Dykman is back in the show. Saw him up on the TV in studio as the Cubs were facing the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 1 of a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Greg Dykman got in for a pinch hit, got 2 opportunities to swing the bat, 0 for 2 at the strikeout. My real question is it a rule that Greg Dykman can only play when the Cubs wear those awful Wrigleyville uniforms?
He made his debut in the Wrigleyvilles.
And then played him again.
I know.
Maybe if you throw our guy in the pinstripes,
maybe
he's going to start hitting the ball over the fence.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
He needs that green bat, too.
Yes, the lightsaber. Bring it back.
Could he get a green Marucci?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah?
A neon green. That'd be awesome.
Why wouldn't they give him that? Give him a little swag.
We need to talk to the boys. He needs the green bat back.
I'm all for that.
Can we get Kyle Acord on the phone?
We can try.
Come on, man. Let's get something over there, man.
Get him on the phone.
Let's get the guys over there. I mean, how about a little Brett Laxton action? Can we? Hey, Brett, can we make this?
Brett can pitch.
But he also works at Marucci. Does the bats.
He does bats, but he could really pitch too.
Well, I know he could pitch, but that's not helping now with the bats. I'm talking about getting him a green bat.
He needs the green lightsaber. He needs that. We'll see if Kyle can look that up. Brett makes the bats? Does Kurt make some bats too?
I don't know if Kurt makes the bats.
I bet he could. What about my guy Uffman? Does he make bats?
I don't know if Uffman makes bats. Orso?
Orso? What about Trey?
Orso's walked me through there.
What about Trey and Tanner McClure? They make bats?
Probably. But Orso's walked me through there before.
Orso ain't making no bats.
But he walked me through, and that's where Laxton was.
Orso's on a PJ right now flying to go hang out with Anthony Rizzo or something.
You're right. Yeah,
he's big time.
Yeah, he's probably at the Yanks Sox game.
He's at the Yanks Sox game.
That is what he's doing right now.
That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. I love that you got in on it there.
I got in on it.
You feeling a little bit?
Yep,
Kentucky's best hemp. Promo code AFR30 to save 30% off your order.
We got breaking news.
What we got?
MLB dictates the colors that are available for the players to use. Neon green cannot be used, according to my guy Acord. Come on, Coach.
Thanks for listening.
I know. We appreciate you listening.
You know they're listening, bro. How about
He's my
that?
guy.
You know they're listening, right?
Heck of a coach, Coach Acord. He's my dude.
Got one a state?
Yeah.
State title over at
Got him a ring. Got him a ring.
Got him a ring. He did. Man.
Boy, what if he could swing the neon green lightsaber?
That'd be pretty cool. Waiting on that John Emery news. Watching the clock tick down.
Do you like Corey Kiner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he's a dude, right?
So
do I need to pump the brakes?
We have a 3-game sample size.
Okay.
Kiner did not play against UCLA.
But did the other kid play?
Not against UCLA. Armani Goodwin.
Oh, I liked him too.
Goodwin's first carry of the season was against McNeese. Around left end, he went for 21 yards and came up.
He hurt himself.
Yeah. And he's still injured, by the way.
What's the matter with him?
Foot, ankle, I think.
Come on, guys. Just get a shot. Clean it up. Let's go.
So I don't know if Goodwin plays this week. I don't know. I mean, I know he was practicing earlier this week, but still limited. That's one of those things with an ankle where it's like, if you don't let it heal, then it just lingers.
He was like shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he's fast. He's a different style of back, which is good, which is why I would love to see Emery or Bradford back because it's that style. It's stylistically different from Kiner and Ty Davis Price. I like Corey Kiner, but I also look at Kiner and say the success he's had has been late in the game against McNeese and Central Michigan.
Okay, fair.
Maybe that's tired defenses against fresh legs with an aggressive running style. I do like his style. I like that he can make you miss or he can run you over. Now, can he do that against an SEC defense in the first quarter or against a Southland Conference team in the fourth quarter? Let me see that. You know what I mean? But he's absolutely earned more touches. Like, sports are a meritocracy, man. You earn your playing time. Like Deion Smith. Deion Smith last week earned more playing time. Jeray Jenkins was out there dropping passes. Brian Thomas dropped a pass the week before against McNeese. Trey Palmer was hurt, so O said, or whoever was controlling the rotation, if it was O or Mickey Joseph or whoever, Deion Smith, get in, your turn. Kid goes off for 135 and 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
Keep playing.
You're playing.
So let me ask
he deserves it.
Let me ask you this. So do you see Ty Davis Price carries limited a little bit if John Emery is available and Kiner kind of picks up the slack there?
Ty Davis Price also a little nicked up this week too.
Okay.
So, I mean, that may happen anyway. But look, John Emery's been practicing. He has been practicing. So as soon as he's cleared, he is going to play. So I hope that's tomorrow. I'm telling you, LSU is anticipating having him. So we're waiting on the NCAA ruling. You know, here's hoping it. I would love for it to come before we get off air at 6 o'clock. But in any event. All right, it's after further review. I do want to talk Saints, Patriots when we come back. By the way, who of us picked the Saints to beat the Packers?
Oh, you did.
Oh. And who of us picked the Saints to lose to Carolina?
You did.
Oh. It was me?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Positive.
Got it.
Because after they won the game, I said they were going undefeated and they were winning the Super Bowl. And then they lost the next
And I told you they're going to lose to Carolina.
And yeah, they lost the bad.
Do you want my feeling on what I think is going to happen with the Patriots game on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Like it.
I'll give it to you after the break.
AFR.
Hey, if you need dinner plans tonight, Ichiban, always a great option. Essen near Perkins. Voted by you the best sushi and best hibachi in the Best of 225 awards. Find your favorite roll. You know the two most popular, the best-selling rolls at Ichiban?
What's that?
The Ichiban roll, its namesake.
Yep.
And the Moscona roll. How about that? How do you like them apples?
I like it.
How do you like that sushi?
I like that sushi.
How do you like that hibachi?
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
That's at Ichiban. And from our friends at Ichiban, their latest concept is Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street. You know when you get a little nip in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have something kind of warm.
Spicy.
A bowl of ramen. Ugh. The Rouge is the spicy ramen. Did you have the Rouge when you went?
Yes. Well, I got whatever you told me to get.
The Rouge.
Yeah. It was different than the stuff in the packet that you get.
Oh,
too.
it's different. All right. This is authentic Japanese ramen. It's at Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street. Ichiban and Bo-Ru Ramen.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I rode along here on a Football Friday edition of AFR, giving LSU and Mississippi State pick here in about 15 minutes from right now, and we'll wrap up the show with Ask Ryan. So you can start to line up your questions. You can text the show in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400. You can, of course, tweet us at Matt Moscona or at 1045 ESPN.
Hey, Twitter world.
Thank you.
Boy.
So one major storyline last week with the Saints loss to Carolina, of course, were the 8 coaches that were absent. A little bit of an update here. 5 of the 8 are back, as is their nutritionist, Jamie Meeks. And there are still 3 coaches, however, that are going to miss the game on Sunday. This is official from the Saints. Ryan Nielsen, Brian Young, and Dan Rauscher all will miss Sunday's game against New England. So the Saints staff, while certainly more whole than last week, still shorthanded this week. Nielsen, of course, is the assistant head coach and defensive line coach. Brian Young works with the defensive line. And then Rauscher is the run game coordinator and the tight ends coach. He replaced Dan Campbell, who, of course, left to become the head coach of the Detroit Lions. The Saints still a little shorthanded on the coaching staff front. The news with the injury report today, the final injury report, is better for New Orleans. Last week, we found out that the Saints were going to be without 5 starters that had started against Green Bay, were injured, and then we're going to miss the game. Now, we know Quan Alexander and Marcus Davenport are on IR, so they're out. We knew that. Eric McCoy, with his calf injury, did not practice Friday. He has been officially ruled out for the game on Sunday. So the Saints will not have Eric McCoy again, so Cesar Ruiz will start at center, and we are to presume that Calvin Throckmorton will start at guard. However, Throckmorton has been on the injury report all week, and he was limited again on Friday. So that's something worth watching, but as of now, it stands to reason that Throckmorton will start at right guard for the 2nd consecutive week. But the fantastic news, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, full participant. Marshawn Lattimore, full participant. Linebacker Pete Werner looks like he'll make his debut. He was a full participant on Friday as well. P.J. Williams was a full participant. Tano Passanio, a full participant. Peyton Turner was limited, as he has been all week with an elbow injury, but still looks like he will be able to give it a go on Sunday. So the Saints are healthier going into this game than they were a week ago in Carolina. So last week at this time, you projected the New Orleans Saints to go undefeated, win the Super Bowl, and that Jameis Winston was going to win the MVP.
Most valuable player.
Yeah. And you put the gree on them.
Mm-hmm.
They got popped in the mouth and Jameis was objectively bad. The offensive line was brutal. It was literally the worst offensive performance of the Sean Payton era. 128 yards of total offense and only 6 first downs.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this one?
Oh, man. So, of all the guys you mentioned getting back healthy, you didn't say anything about any offensive guys other than the O-lineman. McCoy?
Well, he's out.
Yeah. And you got a dude named Throckmorton,
which is kind of awesome.
Throckmorton.
Yeah.
That hasn't
you don't think-
practiced, and you're expecting him to play.
You don't think? No, he has practiced. He's been limited. You don't think that that's an awesome name?
No.
Oh, man.
Not if I've never heard it before.
Calvin Throckmorton.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of awesome.
So it's hard to win with that guy.
No.
On your team. And what troubles me is their offensive performance last week was terrible, and Jameis stunk.
Mm-hmm.
And you still don't have any receivers to throw the ball to. The one guy I thought was going to be a good player, I guess it was just lightning in a bottle in the tight end. What's his name?
Oh, Juwan Johnson.
Juwan Johnson. He stinks again. Okay. So you still have one good player on offense, AK.
Yeah.
But
AK-41.
he never touches the ball for whatever reason.
No, he touched the ball last week.
So your team stinks. You have backup wide receivers, third-string wide receivers. The team's not any good. The whole defense is injured. You're saying guys are coming back to play, but they haven't really played that much. It's Pete Werner. Are you kidding me? We're relying on Pete Werner? Well, didn't he play first base for the Mets? Like, who is this guy?
That's Pete Alonso.
I don't even know who he is. You're counting on.
He's a rookie from Ohio State.
Oh my gosh, grow up, dude! Like, no, this team stinks. I got excited.
So last week they were going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Jameis was winning the MVP.
Correct.
And now they stink.
It's my fault. I got excited because Aaron Rodgers wasn't ready to play.
Okay.
He was still on vacation with the actress that he's dating. What's her name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought he was engaged.
With the hair, and he was out of it, and he did all that. So he pulled the wool over my eyes. This team's brutal. And dumpster fire for Nussmeier is back. And I think we just need to tank the rest of the season and get Garrett Nussmeier in the draft in 2 years.
Shailene Woodley.
I don't even know what you're saying.
That's Aaron Rodgers' engagement. His fiance, Shailene Woodley is her name.
Yeah.
I just looked it up.
She's like 23.
I have no idea. I just looked it up. So week one, like everybody picked Green Bay, right? That's pretty fair. I mean, everybody was picking the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Aaron Rodgers was back. The Saints.
Look, I know what I'm talking about. I picked them.
The Saints were playing a home game in Jacksonville, and it's Jameis Winston, and there was one chubby, bald-headed guy on the radio who picked New Orleans to win that game.
Panamsky?
No. I don't think he'll ever be on the radio again.
Oh. Yours truly.
It was me, yeah.
Hey, Twitter world.
And then a week later, when everybody was saying, oh, the Saints, black and gold Super Bowl. They throttled Green Bay. They're awesome. Of course they're going to crush Carolina. There was one chubby, bald-headed radio guy who said, hey, you can't lose 5 starters week to week and 8 coaches and go on the road in the NFL and win a divisional game. The margin in the NFL is so thin, you can't run out there with a preseason roster and no coaches. And that person picked Carolina to beat New Orleans. You remember who that was?
You.
It was me.
Yeah. You're good at this. You should work in the circus. Guessing people's weights and stuff.
Probably could do that pretty well.
What do you think I weigh? Post sick.
Post sick. 179. 187. 317.
How'd you know?
Got it. Saints defense got it together against Carolina. Despite not having Quan, Davenport, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Marshawn Lattimore. When I knew Lattimore and Chauncey were out last week, that's when I was like, I have a terrible feeling. When you got that 3-headed monster receiver from Carolina and Christian McCaffrey, and you're without Chauncey, and Lattimore, I was like, this is not going to go well. And Quan, obviously, as well. Now, you still don't have Quan, and that worries me because I don't think you have a great answer. But New England doesn't have Christian McCaffrey. So I don't think that's as big of a deal this week. New England also has a rookie quarterback starting. And you're getting back Tano Passanio, and you're getting back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and you're getting back Marshawn Lattimore. And there's also not a true number one, no doubt threat on the outside that you're terrified is going to whip your guy on the outside in New England. Basically, there's nothing on that New England offense that makes me go, damn.
Yeah.
And the Saints defense is closer to whole. I am really optimistic about the Saints defense this week in New England. I think they're going to play great. I think this is a matchup for the Saints defensively that much better suits who the Saints are and what they do. Also, I gave this stat out earlier this week. New England, dead last in the NFL in red zone efficiency.
25%.
28%. Dead last. Thank you for listening.
Close enough.
New Orleans, number one in the NFL at 100% red zone efficiency. I don't care if New England moves the ball between the 20s. If they can't convert or they settle for threes, the Saints have a great chance to win this game. The question everybody is going to ask is, okay, well, can they move the ball? And my big contention is the issue with the offense last week was not that the receivers stink and out they can't get Kamara the ball. Like, the offensive line was brutal. I gave this stat out all last week because I've heard Mike Detillier drill it into my brain for 11 years, and he called me on Sunday laughing his ass off about the stat that teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time. I bet Mike Detillier made a second retirement last week betting against the Saints because it's true. And when Eric McCoy makes all of your calls, and then all of a sudden he's not there, and they got a new quarterback and a guy playing center for the first time, it was a disaster. And you didn't have your offensive line coach all week. Now you got your offensive line coach back. And you had a week for Ruiz to work at center and be the guy and to look at game film and see what they did wrong. And you know New England's going to do the same damn thing. They're just going to pressure the hell out of Jameis and blitz again. And you gave Sean Payton a week to look at that and to game plan to scheme against it. The NFL is all about adjustments. It's matchups and adjustments. It's a copycat league. Everyone's going to try to do the same thing. How you adjust determines if you have success. We see this all the time with rookie quarterbacks, people say, why do the Saints struggle against young quarterbacks? I don't know. It's anybody. Like, you come into the league, you have some success, and then people will see game film of you, and as soon as they do, it happened last year with Taysom. Taysom, his first start, was pretty efficient. And then he stunk because teams saw him. They saw he was a one-trick pony, and they crushed him. That's what it was. So giving the Saints offensive line another week this week to work on protections, giving Sean Payton the opportunity to game plan this offense after seeing what he saw last week and to get all of their attention and just being healthier, I like the Saints this week. I'll remind you as well, the last time the Saints were that brutal on offense was 2019. They played Atlanta on a Thursday night. The Saints were coming off their bye. They were playing Atlanta. Atlanta was 1-7. And the Saints lost that game in the Dome 26-9. They did not score a touchdown in the game. And Atlanta was brutal. They were 1-7, and Atlanta kicked the crap out of New Orleans. You know what happened the next week? The Saints went on the road to Tampa Bay and smashed the Bucs 34-17. Sean Payton is still an amazing coach. He's a great offensive play caller. The Saints are healthier. They got a gigantic wake-up call. They're not as bad as they were a week ago. They're getting their coaching staff back. They're going to go to New England focus. The Saints are going to beat the Patriots. Saints are going to get to 2-1, and they're going to beat New England on Sunday.
Give me Mac Jones.
Mac Jones will throw 2 interceptions also, by the way. We'll wrap up with Ask Ryan and an LSU Mississippi State pick next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. Oh, have you been lately?
I haven't.
Dude, I love this time of year. Mainly because Drew loves like all the pumpkins and stuff. So when we go to Clegg's, they have like all the pumpkins and the hay bales and the scarecrows and the gourds and the squash. Like, it's all the fall decor. It's really fun because he does like that. Like, we always take pictures of him in the pumpkin patch and all that sort of stuff too. And then you can put all that like on your porch out front or your back porch, your patio. Mm-hmm. Great opportunity to decorate for fall. It's in the air, man. Look, you got an 11 a.m. game. Game will be over by 2:30. Go to Clegg's after, or come grab a cigar at Don Juan Cigar Bar and then go to Clegg's. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Seaganer Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local, shop local for more than 60 years. It's Clegg's Nursery. Tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit garciadidmyroof.com.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Wrapping up a Football Friday edition of AFR. Williamson Eye Center is always there for you. 924-2020, 924-2020, full service optical shop. If you need your eye exam, if you need contacts or glasses, or refractive procedures. Live your life without contacts or glasses. Do what I did. LASIK, it's PRK,
Yep.
lens replacement. Dr. Blake Williams, the Williamson Eye Center.
He's a guy.
You want to see 2020?
I do.
Call 924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEYE.com for the Williamson Eye Center. Are we going to get to Ask Ryan to wrap up the show here in just a quick second? Get your questions in. You can email me. You can tweet us at Matt Moscona.
Hey, Twitter world.
You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, or text your questions in the 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. You and Erica during our Pick'em segment earlier both picked in the LSU-Mississippi State game, both picked?
Mississippi State.
All right. No Derek Stingley in this game for LSU. And I got a bad feeling.
Oh.
I believe you have to earn the benefit of the doubt. The same reason why I'll give Sean Payton the benefit of the doubt, because I've seen for 15 years he's an elite play caller. I cannot give Durante Jones the benefit of the doubt as a defensive coordinator yet. We have seen him as a defensive coordinator for 3 games. In 2 of them, when LSU won, they were vastly superior physically to an FCS school and a mid-major. When he went up against an elite offensive play caller in Chip Kelly, he got taken to school.
Yeah.
Now here comes another one in Mike Leach, who put up 623 yards on you a year ago. And I don't have any reason to believe that Durante Jones knows how to stop this. We saw coverage busts the last 2 weeks as well against lesser opponents. Now you're on the road, an 11 a.m. game against Mike Leach and that offense, and you're not going to have Derek Stingley. I want to remind you of this. LSU had Derek Stingley for 7 games last year. There were 3 games he didn't play. You know the 3 games?
What?
Mississippi State. LSU allowed 44 points and 623 passing yards. You know the other one?
Alabama.
Nope. It was Florida. They allowed 34 points and 474 yards to Kyle Trask. You know the third one? It was Ole Miss. They allowed 48 points and 558 yards offense in that game. You are not better without Derek Stingley. And I think I will. If LSU is going to win this game, they are going to have to outscore Mississippi State. The total in this game is 55. I do not see this as a game in the 50s. I don't know how LSU keeps State out of the 30s, which means LSU is going to have to score in the 30s as well. If LSU is going to win this game, they're going to win a game in the mid or upper 30s. I don't think they can get there. So I think Mississippi State's going to win this game, and I'll pick it by the exact same score that LSU lost to UCLA, something 38-27. I think Mississippi State wins. So we're unanimous. Muse, who did you pick? Did you pick on early lines?
I did. I picked the Tigers as a field goal with the gun by Cade York.
Okay.
Very close.
Paulie, did you pick?
I did not, but I will go with LSU in a close game.
All right. They ain't stopping nobody, bro. Got news for you. Dustin Blanchard asked Ryan, who's your favorite current MLB player who didn't go to LSU?
I really like Fernando Tatis Jr. He's a really good player.
Nicholas Cantrell. Ask Ryan, will Musso have biscuits and blunts for breakfast?
There's a good chance.
Greg Lehman, let Musso know I live in Colorado, so if he needs a hookup, I'm his guy.
Yep. Edibles, everything.
All of it.
Yep.
Joshua Hill. Ask Ryan, is there a GoFundMe account to get T-Bob off whiskey and wine?
I haven't listened to T-Bob on Whiskey and Wine. Is he brutal?
No. I think he does a great job.
Does
I
he?
actually really enjoy doing it.
Really?
Yeah. I gotta open up Twitter.
Hey, Twitter world.
Thank you, Juice. Avo Marzawani. What's up, man? Ask Ryan, if you're a wrestler, what would your finisher be? That's a good question. I like that one.
Yeah. I like the People's Elbow. It's a good one. What did Jake the Snake do?
DDT. You know what I don't like about some finishing moves? When finishing moves are really nothing other than just normal moves, but you put a little action on it, now it's a finishing move.
Yeah, I
like the People's Elbow?
Yeah.
It's just an elbow. It's an elbow drop.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a good name, though.
Why is that the finishing move? It's just an elbow. Like, what about Hulk with the leg drop? Like,
Big leg drop.
But why is that a finishing move?
Because he goes off the ropes.
That's the only, because you go off the ropes and you just drop your leg. Like that Macho Man from the top rope flying through the air and giving you the elbow. Now that's a finishing move.
What I would not do.
That's a finishing move.
I wouldn't get on the ropes and jump off. No.
If you do the splash, like, you know, Superfly Jimmy Snuka would like what and then splash, bro. If a grown man is jumping on you for like 10 feet in the air and landing his weight, like you might actually die.
Yeah,
you may die if that happened.
You could.
Ask Ryan who to start, Bobby Boucher or Rudy?
Probably Boucher.
Of course Boucher's a better football player. Rudy stunk. What are we talking about here? Ask Ryan, do you think Masvidal would beat Jake Paul?
I don't even know who that is.
Ask Ryan, favorite state other than Louisiana to deer hunt? Jason Gibson.
Mississippi.
Shout out. Randall, ask Ryan, who will be LSU's Friday night starter this season? That's a good question.
Oh, man. I don't know the answer to that.
James Fortenberry asked Ryan, who are you picking to play in the World Series? Who will win?
Giants and Yankees.
I hate you.
Give me the Giants.
You know the Yankees aren't even going to the wild card round.
They got one game. They're up one game.
Wild card game is brutal.
They're up one game.
Wild card game is
The Yankees
brutal.
get in, they're going to be scary.
They're not getting in. I just want to beat Mac. That's all I want. Just give me my bourbon. That's all I want. Muse, Paulie, thanks. Shout out Don Juan Cigar Bar. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, we remind you about the aesthetic medicine and anti-aging clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. Was there earlier today, as a matter of fact. Got my hormone replacement therapy injection, which I get weekly. I tell you all the time, highly recommend go do your blood labs. Let them take a look at your blood labs. You'll meet with Dr. Todd Howell. You'll meet with an MD, not a hormone specialist or some other, you'll meet with a medical doctor who will look at your labs and make recommendations for how to treat you to get you to healthy levels. That's the aesthetic medicine and anti-aging clinics of Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online, theantiagingclinics.com. Also got a foaming facial cleanser for Erica. She uses this medical-grade face wash stuff. And picked up some Ideal Protein dinners. Also, if it's hormone replacement therapy, if it's Ideal Protein, if it's medical-grade supplements, they've got it all at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Look and feel like your younger self. TheAntiAgingClinics.com.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, Free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.